The day after, the captain, Derek Jeter, reaches 3,000 hits with a 5-for-5 performance, the Rays are getting ready to wrap up the series against the New York Yankees and get ready for the All-Star break. Derek Jeter said last night after the game, when he told everybody it wasn't bothering him, there was no pressure. Well, as you take a look at 3,000 against David Price, there was some pressure. He wanted to do it at home, and there it was. 3,000 as he hits the home run, becoming the second player in Major League Baseball history to hit a home run for hit number 3,000, joining Wade Boggs when he did it for the Rays. Then the Devil Rays back in 1999. And his performance was remarkable yesterday. 4 other hits. He reaches 3,003, including a homer, a double, and 3 singles. And now he tells us that he was a bit disingenuous when he said there was no pressure involved getting to 3,000.
You know, coming in, I've been lying to you guys for a long time saying I wasn't nervous and there's no pressure. There was a lot of pressure to do it here. You know, I thought eventually I would get a few hits, but I felt a lot of pressure to do it here while we're at home, and so I have been lying to you for quite some time.
Time for baseball, Dwayne.
All right, Todd, thank you. And Ben Zobrist is in the batter's box. CC Sabathia on the hill, and the first pitch of this game is a strike call on the outside part of the plate. A Sabathia fastball to start this game. Zobrist starting the afternoon hitting .272. With the Rays trying to get to the 50-win mark before the All-Star break. High pop, a ball straight back. Out of play. 0-2. Rays 2-2 against New York and 2-3 on this road trip. That's too low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Sabathia leading the American League in victories. He is 12-4 and 8th in the league in earned run mark. .290. Pitch is a bit wide. 2-2. Rays dropped yesterday's game 5-4 after winning Thursday night 5-1. Friday a rain out. Ground ball back to the hill. Sabathia makes the play. So Zobrist is retired. Rest of the Rays lineup will find Elliott Johnson hitting second in front of the DH Evan Longoria. B.J. Upton, Sean Rodriguez, and Kelly Shoffick down the middle. Casey Kochman at first base, and Brandon Geyer just joining the ball club up from Durham in right, and Justin Ruggiano hitting ninth, playing left field. Elliott Johnson takes a pitch a little wide. A ball and no strikes.
Well, this lineup too is going to be facing a very confident pitcher out there. CC Sabathia, 12 wins on the year.
Fastball fouled back, 1-1.
But he's been, I mean, however you want to break it down, he has been red hot as of late. Has won 9 of his last 10 starts. He's won the last 5 in a row, and in his last 3 starts, he's 3-0 with an ERA of .40, giving up just 1 earned run in 22 innings of work.
And the Rays seeing him for the first time this year. And interestingly enough, as you referenced in the open, you see what he's done in his last 10 starts. But since becoming a Yankee, the Rays have more or less had their way with him.
They really have. I mean, 9 starts as a member of the New York Yankees, and he's 1-4 with an ERA approaching 4.5. Just the 1 win where he really owned the Rays as a member of the Indians.
There's a shot back into left field. Gardner's going to have to go back, and that's over his head. Will one hop the wall, and Johnson in at second base with the stand-up double. So Elliott Johnson putting a charge into that one, lining it over Gardner's head.
Well, let's take a look at our checkers double of the game. Elliott Johnson, usually residing at the bottom half of the lineup, moves up into the 2-hole. Immediate dividends for the Rays. Gets that ball over the head of Gardner and gets out into scoring position here with 1 out in the first.
So an opportunity for the Rays to break out in front. The 5th double for Johnson. He came into this game hitting a little over .250 against lefties. He's at second, and here's Evan. Their breaking ball is in there for a strike.
You know, you talk about how Sabathia has struggled with the Rays since becoming a Yankee. How about this year, Sabathia against the Boston Red Sox?
Oh, he has really struggled. I mean, when you look at the outings he's had against Boston and realize that he's 12-4 overall,
yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
Well, you take Boston out of his starts. Obviously, you can't do that. But if you remove the 3 starts against Boston, he started 16 games here in the first half. He's 12-1. 12-1 with a 2.37 ERA. So it's been Boston. You struggle with the Rays. The 2 teams that if you're going to be a member of the New York Yankees starting rotation, you have to beat.
Now he's 0-3 with a .616 earned run average against Boston this year. 2 strikes the count to Evan Longoria. Evan with 11 home runs for the year. And Longoria is out on strikes.
Now let's take a look at the Yankee defense as it lines up behind Sabathia this afternoon. In the outfield, left to right, Brett Gardner, Curtis Granderson, and Andrew Jones. Across the infield, third to first, Eduardo Nunez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Mark Teixeira. Russell Martin will handle the catching duties.
Now B.J. Upton, a 300 hitter lifetime against Sabathia. 9 out of 30 with 2 home runs, and he leads the Rays with 15 home runs. Swings through the fastball, strike 1.
Well, Sabathia will use that fastball both sides of the plate. Throws the slider. He'll throw a curveball. Sometimes the hard, tight curveball. Other times he'll sweep it and has a very good changeup. He's got them all, and he will pitch to both sides of the plate.
And a little chopper right side. Teixeira's going to have to race him to the bag, and he beats him in. So Upton is out, and the Rays leave a man at second. They do not score in the first. Bottom half of inning 1 coming from New York. The Rays nothing, and the Yankees are coming into bat.
Hey, Ted. What's going on with this?
Oh, this? Well, ever since you bought your new Toyota Camry, I've been embarrassed to be seen in my car, so, this appeared.
Wow.
Not your fault. Could have gone with the Camry, best-selling car in America, but instead, I wound up with the worst car in the cul-de-sac. Does it look like I'm smiling?
I can't really tell, man.
Get great deals on the Toyota you want this July, like the 2011 Camry with 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 customer cash.
Walk with me. Take me to places untrampled. Pathways bathed in amber. For this day is a gift. So let us abandon our routines, dance by half light, and keep all of our promises.
Visit stpclearwater.com.
You could hear the crowd erupt when they announce my name on TV, but you won't be able to feel the energy at the Trop as I step up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. It even gives me goosebumps.
And it is gone! The Rays are home. Be part of the action at Tropicana Field as they face off with division rivals the Red Sox, and then heat things up with the Yankees. Get tickets today at 888-FAN-RAYS or RaysBaseball.com.
Well, Derek Jeter is going to lead off for the New York Yankees, and as soon as he had emerged from the dugout and moved into the on-deck circle, this New York crowd on its feet in recognition of the day he had yesterday and the career he has had here in New York. Jeter's going to lead off, followed by Curtis Granderson and then Mark Teixeira. Robinson Cano hits cleanup. The DH is Jorge Posada. Russell Martin does the catching with Brett Gardner in left, Andrew Jones in right hitting eighth, and Eduardo Nunez at third base in the place of Alex Rodriguez. Nunez batting ninth.
And James Shields will be making the start this afternoon for the Rays. You see the season numbers outstanding all the way down.
And Jeter standing in, going after the first pitch fouls it out of play, back into the seats down the right field side. Jeter hitting .270 for the year, and with the 5 hits yesterday, 6 of 10 in the series, a .315 average against James Shields. 1-1. Shields, the Rays All-Star, along with David Price, and Shields, because he's pitching today, will be ineligible to pitch in the All-Star game, but headed out there nevertheless. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And well deserved. James Shields has been the Rays' most consistent, best pitcher in the first half. He's been very durable. 15 out of his 18 starts, he's gone at least 7 innings. Of course, he's got the 6 complete games, 3 shutouts.
Now, he has more complete games than 24 other teams in Major League Baseball this year. 2-2, and the Rays will be sending David Price, the 2-time All-Star, James Shields, and Matt Joyce going for the first time. The bouncer foul. And a swing and a miss. So Jeter is out on strikes. 1 away.
Now let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up. Left to right in the outfield, Justin Ruggiano, B.J. Upton, and Brandon Guyer. Across the infield, third to first, Sean Rodriguez, Elliot Johnson, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman. Kelly Shopik behind the plate.
Brandon Guyer out there in right field. Pitch to Granderson is a strike. Well, we mentioned Shields not pitching because he's pitching today. And David Price, who pitched yesterday, there's a strike 0-2, will not pitch in that game either. David Robertson out of the New York bullpen has been named to replace him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Price, 5 innings of work yesterday. There's a swing and a miss, and Granderson is out. So both Jeter and Granderson out on strikes to start the bottom of the first.
Well, this is more like an at-bat against James Shields. He has been very aggressive, get ahead, and then put a guy away quickly. That's what he does here with Granderson on the changeup. And Granderson has really struggled against James Shields in his career. Just 3 for 36 now after that at-bat, and that's because of that pitch. That good changeup really gives him fits.
There's Mark Teixeira. That's too high. A ball and no strikes. Teixeira hitting just a little over 170 off Shields. Two balls, no strikes. Three and nothing. There's a strike, 3-1. Now back to run the count full on the called strike. And a little low. And Teixeira draws the walk. So Teixeira took that pitch, and Jim Hickey would like to do a little umpiring himself.
Well, I don't know if it was the umpiring. I don't think that he liked the pitch selection from James Shields. He gets 2 quick punch out to start the game, goes to a full count on Mark Teixeira, and then tries to throw a backdoor cutter. I think, Jim Hickey a little animated there with Joe Madden saying, look, let's go. I mean, you've got your good stuff going. You're going to your third or fourth best pitch. Really his fourth best pitch after the emergence of the curveball in the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on.
Robinson Cano fouls it away. That's a strike. Jeter struck out. Granderson struck out. Teixeira walked. A 1-strike count to Robinson Cano. 81 degrees here. Clear skies, scattered white clouds above. Foul ball runs the count to 0-2. A lot of baseball to be played between these two clubs when the second half picks up. This is just the 5th game of the season played between these two clubs, meaning 13 games remain, and the Rays are going to see a lot of this team and the Red Sox in the second half. It's a ball and 2 strikes, and that starts with the homestand when the Rays pick up play right after the All-Star break Friday night. The Red Sox are in, and then the Yankees will follow on the next homestand. So a very big and important homestand for the Rays right after the break. 2-2 the count. Rays had a scoring opportunity in the top half of this inning, but left Elliott Johnson at second base after he had doubled with 1 out. Two to Cano. Down around his feet, somehow blocked by Shopping. He got enough on it to keep the ball in front of him, and the count is full.
Yeah, how that missed the legs of Robinson Cano, I don't know. He really yanks this breaking ball down and in. Oh, went around the front leg and got the back leg out of the way. But you're right, a good job by Kelly Shopping to keep that from going to the backstop. Blind block.
Three-2, lifted into left. Ruggiano settles under it and makes the catch. We're at the end of an inning. No score.
Your attention, please. Experience the extraordinary. See Blue Man Group live at the Sharp Aquos Theater at Universal Orlando. Visit universalorlando.com for special offers on today's hottest entertainment. You don't just see Blue Man Group, you become a part of it.
Let's hit it, fellas. I heard we got a bunch of vets of Iraq and Afghanistan living the high life in here. Hey, am I in the right section? What's going on, man? Throw my people some hot dogs. They hungry. With this crew, I'm the safest man in this stadium. I like that. Let's make some noise for the vets of Iraq and Afghanistan. This is your front line, America. When you turn in your highlight bottle caps and pull tabs, 10 cents is donated to give vets a piece of the highlight. Like tickets to a game like this, right, guys? Yeah!
Hi, my name is Eric, and I install FiOS. I like to leave everybody my business card. I like to do whatever I can to try and help them.
I've been in Florida all my life. I want to treat that customer just like I want to be treated.
I service everywhere from Seffner all the way down to Sun City Center. And no contract makes customers happy, and that makes me happy. When people call Verizon, they are calling me.
When someone can recommend their friend or their neighbor to you, you know that you've done the right thing for them.
Rays baseball today brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. By AutoWay. AutoWay, part of Auto Nation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. By AT&T and by Toyota, moving forward. Sean Rodriguez in the batter's box to lead off the Rays half of inning number 2. Facing CC Sabathia. The first pitch is in there for a strike. bunt attempt is fouled, and that puts Sean down 0-2. Kelly Shopik, who's hitting 6th, will be next, and then Casey Kochman. A ball, 2 strikes. Sabathia, only 30 years old, and it seems that he has been around much longer than that. There's a line drive, and that's going to be a fair ball back into the corner. Rodriguez on his way to second. Gardner has to go get the ball as Rodriguez makes the turn and holds with his 15th double of the year. Well, Sean continues to swing a good bat against left-handed pitching. He was hitting .313 off lefties coming into the game.
Well, he loves pitches that are moving in towards him. There's a breaking ball that's out over the plate. It's got that action back towards the bat of Sean Rodriguez. Pretty well documented, the ball moving away from him, whether it be for a right-hander or a left-handed changeup, is the pitch that's going to give him the most trouble, or a good two-seamer. But that ball coming back to him, especially with 2 strikes and him looking out over the plate, he handled that nicely.
Well, Kelly Shopik, he takes a pitch down. Shopik hitting .234 off left-handed pitching, 171 overall. It's a strike. The Rays had their 2nd consecutive scoring opportunity. Johnson doubled with 1 out in the 1st. Sean Rodriguez has doubled here to open the 2nd inning. There goes Rodriguez, and the throw to third, going to get him. He is out at third base. Sean Rodriguez running into a caught stealing at third base for the 1st out of the inning. That hurts.
Yes, it does. I mean, you got to figure scoring chances against Sabathia. Although you may have had some success off him recently, you can't figure there's going to be that many. So you get a leadoff runner at second base. You do not want to run into that out, and it was pretty convincing. That wasn't very close down there at third.
Now ball 3 inside to Shopik. 3rd time Rodriguez has been caught. There was no question about this one.
Yeah, Nunez, as he catches that baseball, Sean Rodriguez not even in the shot yet.
Shopik draws the walk outside. The Rays put another man on base. Well, Casey Kochman, and boy, what a first half he has had for the Rays. He has been an important part of the Rays' ability to stay in the race in the American League East with his great defense, first of all, at first base, and then the hitting at .340.
And not much in the way of.
Lifts a fly ball into left. Gardner is there. 2 gone. He's not quite going to get to the number of plate appearances in the first half, the mythical first half of the season, to qualify, but he's closing in, and just a few games into the pickup of play after the All-Star break, he should be eligible to be listed among the league leaders in hitting. And here's Brandon Guyer back up from Durham. The pitch is a strike. Well, the last time Guyer was up, he got a chance to get into that lineup against the Baltimore Orioles and belted a home run, connecting off Zach Britton. His first time up in the big leagues. Fouls this one out of play, and the count is 0-2.
Very good numbers down at AAA Durham. Batting average hovering right up there. .318, double-digit home runs.
And he's been getting on base. Draws some walks, hits with some power. out on strikes. Missed the high fastball there. Rays do not score. Do an inning and a half, no score.
We can all agree, when it's hot and sweaty, the last thing you want is for your fountain drink to be hot and sweaty too. That's just gross. But there's good news for you, my soggy, sweltering citizens. All Thirst Busters now come in a no-sweat cup. 69 cents, every size, every day. Circle K. What else do you need? Yeah, Circle K.
Hey, Ted. What's going on with this?
Oh, this? Well, ever since you bought your new Toyota Camry, I've been embarrassed to be seen in my car, so, this appeared.
Wow.
Not your fault. Could have gone with the Camry, best-selling car in America, but instead, I wound up with the worst car in the cul-de-sac. Does it look like I'm smiling?
I can't really tell, man.
Get great deals on the Toyota you want this July, like the 2011 Camry with 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 customer cash.
This month on Fox Movie Channel's Life After Film School, Peter Tolan, co-creator and executive producer of the FX series Rescue Me.
You have to not only have the vision, but you have to figure out that way how to sell it, get people to see it, and make people take notice.
Only on Fox Movie Channel.
Scoreless as we head into the home half of the second inning. Now, tickets to the premier Rays event of the summer, Madden Summer Social, are on sale now. You can log on to RaysBaseball.com to secure VIP access to this exclusive post-game reception with Rays manager Joe Madden, Rays coaches and players on August 4th after the game. The purchase also includes a press-level ticket to that day's game.
Joe Madden has the Rays. 9 over 500, third in the East. Here's Jorge Posada. Posada lines it foul into the stands up the right side. That's a strike. Posada and Martin and Gardner due up. Posada taking some time after lining that shot into the stands, and as it glanced through the stands, it made contact with the fan. And so Posada, after taking a look down there, regathers his concentration and steps back in. Lifts the fly ball into left. Ruggiano is there and makes the catch. One away here in the second inning. Russell Martin will be the hitter. Posada going over to take a look as aid has arrived and is being administered to the fan in the stands.
Yeah, this is a very intimate stadium here. Close sight lines and those line drives, and hitters jump out in front. They get to the people in a hurry. You wonder that this doesn't happen more when balls get whistled into the stands.
Russell Martin a check swing, and a bouncer Shields off the mound to field it and makes the play unassisted. Two quick outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
That's been Shields' MO all year. Very efficient, especially for as many strikeouts as he rings up. Almost a strikeout an inning. And is a major league best 14 pitches an inning. So he really is in attack, aggressive mode. Get ahead of hitters and don't mess around with them. Just end it.
Started the day third in the league in strikeouts. that ratio, 132 strikeouts to start the game and only 33 walks. And the first pitch strike to Gardner. Strike two. 0-2. Holds the count at 2 strikes.
You know, so much of what James Shields does is, you know, get ahead, fastball, the curveball there, then maybe take a curveball below the zone, look for the chase, maybe the changeup. These hitters, they start to catch on to that routine. So you see he goes inside right there with the fastball. Now you come back to the off speed.
And a liner into center. That's going to fall in front of Upton. And the Yankees had their first hit, a 2-out single by Gardner.
Gardner did a nice job on that pitch. That didn't get down quite where Shields wanted it. And Gardner protecting the plate with 2 strikes. Does a nice job of just going down there and flipping that ball into center field. He didn't crush it, but hit a nice line drive for a 2-out hit.
The veteran outfielder, Andrew Jones, up here now. The pitch is a strike. See, Gardner 70% success rate on the bases, but a lot better lately. He got off to a slow start, tried to steal bases, and of course Shields just as good as you're going to get on the mound with 10 pickoffs. Stingy on the stolen base attempts as well. Quick move. Back in goes Gardner.
Yeah, this is a good matchup here. James Shields, good luck trying to run on him. They do have the landing strip, though, down at second base, ready for the potential stolen base.
Time called, but that's a pitch. Jones trying to get time, but it was never called. It was asked for. But Ron Culper, the plate umpire, did not grant time. Shields made the pitch, and it's a strike. Of course, Shields holding the ball out there on the base runner, Gardner. Jones, the veteran, just assuming that time would be granted.
And didn't we learn from the Bad News Bears? Don't ever assume. Don't assume. A good reason.
That's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gardner's been successful in 18 of his last 22 steals. 23 steals overall. Jones, it's a little pop-up left side, and Elliott Johnson backpedals from shortstop to take it. No runs, a hit, 1 left through 2, no score.
Hey, Ted. What's going on with this?
Oh, this? Well, ever since you bought your new Toyota Camry, I've been embarrassed to be seen in my car, so this appeared.
Wow.
Not your fault. Could have gone with the Camry, best-selling car in America, but instead, I wound up with the worst car in the cul-de-sac. Does it look like I'm smiling?
I can't really tell, man.
Get great deals on the Toyota you want this July, like the 2011 Camry with 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 customer cash.
My name is Tommy.
I ain't no hero. I'm a fireman.
Rescue me The final season premieres Wednesday at 10 on FX.
Well, my dad has had a huge impact on my life, and not because of what he's told me, but because of the example that he was. My philosophy since I was a little boy is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work as hard. When I do something, I want to be the best that I possibly can at it. The one thing that I want people to take away from this book is that honestly, it really is my story and it's real.
Baseball's biggest stars take center stage at the 2011 All-Star Game. Live Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox.
We are Buckmore. We are Buckmore.
We're at the end of 2. We go to the 3rd inning at Yankee Stadium. The Rays and the Yankees square off.
Well, the summer is heating up, and the Rays have a 6-pack offer just for you. The Rays Summer Select 6-pack enables you to choose your games in July and August and starts at just $48.
Ruggiano goes after the first pitch and rolls it to third. Nunez takes care of that ground ball. 1 away.
A quick out here for Sabathia, and if you're interested in that 6-pack, you can visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS.
A lot of great baseball yet to be played this year, and a lot of games between the Rays and the Yankees and the Rays and the Red Sox.
Meaningful baseball in the second half. You can't beat it.
Here's Ben Zobrist. Pitch is a strike at the knees. Ben out pitcher first to start the game. Taps it foul. Standings right there as we play ball today. Boston up by a game on New York. The Rays running third 5-back. Boston home against Baltimore. That game scoreless in the bottom of the first. At the end of 2 here, on to the third, the Rays and the Yankees are scoreless. Zobrist went after a high fastball and is out on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Sabathia.
Well, we've seen Sabathia do that to a couple Rays hitters now. Got Brandon Guyer chasing the high fastball, and then after going low on Zobrist, boom, change the eye level, make it look enticing, just can't get there.
Well, recently, Sabathia had been throwing a lot more 4-seam fastballs and sliders, and had throttled back some of his other pitches, fewer sinkers and fewer changeups, and those have traditionally been good pitches for him.
They have been, especially the changeup. You know, CC Sabathia, the very underrated changeup. He keeps good arm speed on it.
He's behind Johnson, 2 balls, no strikes.
You know, and that could be maybe part of the reason why right-handers are hitting him, 30, 35 points better than they did last year, is the decreased use of that changeup. Because boy, if you're tending towards more fastball slider, that's hard. Easier for a hitter to sit on hard when he doesn't have to worry about that third change of speed. You sit on 93, 85, and now you got to worry about 77, 78. That's a pretty big range.
Yeah, the early part of the year, he was throwing that changeup about 20 to 25% of the time, and he's been down in the last few starts. There's a strike call. He's been down under 10%.
Well, you know what?
The count now.
You can't ultimately argue with it because what he's done this year, yeah, and like you said, recently he's won 9 out of 10.
Yep. A little bit wide right there, pretty close with a fastball, and it's a full count.
Good fastball here, but it is off the plate. Russell Martin does his best to tug it back in a few inches.
And there's strike 3 call. So the Rays are up and down in order. Bottom of the 3rd rolls around, no score.
Just a tank full of gas away, there's an ocean that wants you to hear its roar. A river ready to take you on an adventure, or a lake waiting to share its serenity. To get you there and back, there's us, with quality gasoline and all the food and drinks you need to get you where you want to be. America, beautiful in so many different ways.
Professional driver on a closed course.
Do not attempt at home.
Always wear your seatbelt.
And please, drive responsibly.
It's the most fun you can legally have. The powerful Mercedes-Benz C-Class, starting at $33,990.
Baseball's biggest stars take center stage at the 2011 All-Star Game. Live Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Only on Fox.
Log on now for the latest updates on your favorite Florida teams. FoxSportsFlorida.com.
0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Great save, kid. You deserve this.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Well, with the announcement earlier that David Price is inactive for the All-Star game, he and Shields still going out there. They will still be introduced to the crowd and to the national TV audience. So now, our Auto-Way text poll question, you could tell them what your suggestion is for how they should react. Should they just, TB1, touch the cap? TB2 would be taking the cap off completely, doffing your cap to the crowd. Or TB3, what they like to call the Globetrotter. You can text your vote to 789. Here it is, TB3. 789-789, standard message and data rates apply. How should they react after the introductions as the American League All-Stars? Guys?
1 strike to count to Eduardo Nunez, leading off the bottom of the third. A little pop foul. It's going to be out of play. 2 strikes. No ball, 2 strikes. One and 2. Tap foul. And Nunez followed by Jeter and Granderson. No score in this game. Rays have a couple hits. The Yankees have 1. Two and 2. Ground ball, shortstop, tough play. Johnson gets rid of it and throws it over the head of Kotzman. Nunez took a tumble as he crossed the bag and is down on his knees. The ball hit the front of the railing down in front of the photographer's area and stayed in play. So it's a base hit for Nunez, but he took quite a tumble. Gene Monahan, the Yankees head trainer's out to take a look at it.
Well, at least it's good to see him up walking around, but you're right. He hits his ball hard in the hole. Elliott Johnson, nice to get there, but then he throws it just kind of jumping away and just launches this thing. No play to be made. And it was actually a slide there by Nunez. He's going in feet first and then just pops up right over the bag. Yeah, that back right ankle gets caught on first base as he slides by and just propels him right up over the top. Boy, oh boy.
Well, Nunez is filling in for Alex Rodriguez. Rodriguez getting a second opinion on the torn meniscus in his knee. Nunez had filled in at shortstop when Jeter was on the disabled list. And the Yankees think a lot of his ability as an infielder and as a hitter. So he's going to be an important part of this New York ball club, and apparently he's going to be all right after taking that tumble and injuring the right ankle.
It needs to be pulled into Joe Girardi's office and told, when you run to first base, run through the bag. Never want to see that again. There's no reason for it.
Over to first, and he's back in. Yeah, that would add insult to injury, as Shields likely to pick him off. He's likely to pick anybody off over there.
Well, Shields has a great move. He actually has a really good move to all three bases. We saw him pick a runner off at third base, but his feet are very quick, and he will go over at any time as he's coming set. And that's what makes it difficult to time him.
Jeter puts down a bunt and is going to be picked up by Rodriguez, and it's not going to be in time. It one-hopped in the throw. It was going to be a tough play anyway. You set it up there, and Rodriguez trying to make it. Jeter bunts his way on.
Now Jeter is having one heck of a series. For what he did yesterday, now he comes out with the runner on first, and now you bunt here, great. If you get him out, it's a sacrifice. But look at that. He puts it right up the line. Perfectly placed. Sean Rodriguez, just very little room to maneuver here. That ball rolling right up the chalk. All you could do to make the throw, and Jeter just beats it.
So here's Curtis Granderson, the first two men aboard in the bottom of the third for New York. Nunez reaching on what turned out to be an infield hit when Johnson tried to throw him out from deep short. Now the bunt singled by Jeter. Granderson, who struck out on a changeup his first time, is now 3 for 36 against Shields.
So one thing you try to limit with this Yankee lineup is their power numbers. Try to limit their power, their extra base hits, their home runs. You don't plan on back-to-back infield hits.
Now Granderson puts down a bunt. Shields makes the play. A toss to Kochman. So going 3 for 36 against him. Granderson puts down a sacrifice bunt, moving both men into scoring position.
I think that is the key, Wayne. Curtis Granderson has swung a very powerful bat here in the first half. 25 home runs, and he's got runners on first and second base, but not a lot of success off Shields. But nicely done on the bunt.
Mark Teixeira up there. The Rays put the severe shift on for him with Zobrist in shallow right field. The pitch is a strike. Shields starting Teixeira with a curveball. One and one. Shields 11 of 12 in first pitch strikes to start this game. Foul ball runs the count to 1-2.
Well, second and third, one out. You really should get to 2 strikes on a hitter in this situation. You really go for the strikeout. You got to trust that Kelly Shopik is going to be able to block any pitch in the dirt.
Two and two. For Shields, his 17th appearance against the Yankees in his career. He's gone 3-9 against this club. And a little tap foul, just a piece of it. Teixeira stays alive.
Yeah, these swings that Mark Teixeira have taken off James Shields have not been very aggressive. This one especially. Just kind of flat-footed reaching for that backdoor cutter. Just trying to put it in play.
Down and in. The count is full.
Well, there's where that blocking ability of Kelly Shopping. That was a changeup that was way down. That ball hit right in front of the plate. Not easy to block those.
Time granted by Ron Culpa. Nunez at third, Jeter's at second with one away. And a fly ball into center. Upton coming in to make the catch. Tag at third. Nunez heads to the plate. Throw is going to be in time. He is out at the plate. Shopping putting the tag on Eduardo Nunez to cut down the potential first run of this game. B.J. Upton takes care of the fly ball and guns down Eduardo Nunez. We're through 3, no score.
Klondike presents 5 Seconds to Glory. Mark is listening to his wife.
I was over at Jim and Nancy's today. Do you remember them? We had dinner with them a couple weeks ago over at Jill's house.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Hyundai's made a point to always shoot straight with people. And now we're asking everyday drivers to shoot straight with us about the Sonata, uncensored.
This would be like a really good road trip car. Ooh, road trip?
I'm 6'5". Look at the legroom.
Oh, it's only 19. That is a good price.
I mean, it's comfortable, too.
Can we take out the Sonata again?
See for yourself. Test drive the 2012 Sonata today. You can lease one for just $199 a month.
But only at your local Hyundai dealer.
Good news, men use soap. Bad news, men use soap that can really dry their skin. Fear not, Dove Men Plus Care is here. It's the bar with 1/4 moisturizing cream, so it cleans and leaves skin feeling moisturized. Dove Men Plus Care.
Once again, one of America's best hospitals is one of Tampa Bay's own. Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named to U.S. News & World Report's list of America's best hospitals 2010-2011, this time in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, geriatrics, heart and heart surgery, kidney disorders, orthopedics, and urology. Tampa General Hospital, trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Saturday is race day on Sun Sports. Join us for thoroughbred excitement. Catch the Grade 1 $250,000 American Oaks from Hollywood Park. Don't miss Trackside Live, Saturday evening at 7:30 on Sun Sports.
B.J. Upton throwing out the potential first run of this game. So we go to the 4th, scoreless, and Evan Longoria leads off. Upton to hit second, and then Rodriguez. Longoria takes a pitch away. 1 ball, no strikes. Boston scored 2 in the bottom of the 1st on Baltimore. Two and 0. There's a strike. 2 and 1. There's a line drive into center, and it's right at Granderson. Ball hit directly to him. 1 gone. Let's take another look at B.J. Upton setting up to make that throw to the plate.
Now, good footwork right here. He catches it. Actually caught it a little bit behind him, but what he did do was he stayed through the throw. I'm going to tell you, early in the year, B.J. Upton kind of let those balls run out high arm side, but that one he drove straight through. Shopping did a nice job of handling that throw, blocking the plate. You better believe your pitcher out on the mound is loving that.
Now, James Shields made the call. Swing and a miss by Upton. 0-1. Yeah, that's a great play right there. You talk about a pick-me-up.
All around. A couple of guys who had their pregame Fruity Pebbles. Stuff makes you do great things.
Hey, there's a base hit right there. Upton throws out a guy at the plate, has a base hit, giving him 1 for 2. So the Rays have a base runner in the 4th inning. And it's time for the AT&T trivia question. Yesterday, Derek Jeter became the second player to hit a home run for his 3,000th hit. Who's the only player to hit a triple for his 3,000th hit?
Did you call that game too?
Afraid I didn't. This pitch is fouled up the right side and out of play by Sean Rodriguez.
Well, the only guy to have called two 3,000th hit that were home runs. Wade Boggs, Derek Jeter. They have in common.
It's pure happenstance.
Besides Dwayne stats.
Oh, and now Upton takes off and is going to get caught between first and second. Sabathia runs him to Teixeira, and Teixeira puts the tag on him, and the Rays lose another base runner. That's going to be a caught stealing. It'll go into the books. Pitcher first, 1-3, but it wasn't quite that simple.
Well, you do not want to give outs away against CC Sabathia, but right there, BJ Upton is trying to time him up. And that's how you can really thwart the running game, is just change your times to the plate. Hold the ball sometimes. BJ got caught there.
Well, the Rays lost Sean Rodriguez in the second. He was thrown out trying to steal third, and Upton caught off first. He was breaking, so technically it's a caught stealing. 1-1 to count to Sean. A ground ball to short. Jeter up and out with his throw to Teixeira. No runs ahead, a caught stealing, nobody left. Bottom of the fourth coming, no score.
If you can't tell the difference between these two Lexus, why pay the difference? Your Bay Area Lexus dealers have over 100 certified pre-owned Lexus, all specially priced. Every Lexus certified pre-owned vehicle is meticulously inspected in 161 points, thoroughly reconditioned to be just like new, and confidently backed by an up to 100,000-mile warranty. All available now at special savings, only at Lexus of Tampa Bay and Lexus of Clearwater. 888-GO-LEXUS.com.
Let's hit it, fellas. I heard we got a bunch of vets of Iraq and Afghanistan living the high life in here. Hey, am I in the right section? What's going on, man? Brought my people some hot dogs. They hungry. With this crew, I'm the safest man in this stadium. I like that. Let's make some noise for the vets of Iraq and Afghanistan. This is your front line, America. When you turn in your highlight bottle caps and pull tabs, 10 cents is donated to give vets a piece of the highlight. Like tickets to a game like this, right, guys? Yeah!
You could hear the crowd erupt when they announced my name on TV, but you won't be able to feel the energy at the Trop as I step up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. It even gives me goosebumps.
The Rays are home. Be part of the action at Tropicana Field as they face off with division rivals, the Red Sox, and then heat things up with the Yankees. Get tickets today at 888-FAN-RAYS or RaysBaseball.com.
We are scoreless, heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Yesterday, with Derek Jeter becoming the second player to hit a home run for career hit number 3,000, who's the only player to hit a triple for his 3,000th base hit? And that would be Paul Molitor in September of 1996.
That was the first hitter I ever faced in the big leagues.
Did you get him?
No, of course I didn't. In fact, I should have taken a lot from how that first play ended up, the results, and said, wow, this is going to be a snapshot of the next 13 years.
Here's Robinson Cano swinging and missing.
He hit an off-speed pitch. I believe it was a curveball. I threw a curveball at the time and hit a little bloop fly ball into shallow center field where you had second baseman, shortstop, center fielder all congregate. Nobody takes charge.
Chop right side, Zobra's gloves, and flips to Kochman. So it dropped in among the three.
So it dropped in among the three, and because it was the turf there in Toronto.
Oh,
so it was
big
the old
bounce.
turf, so big bounce, so a double on what should have been a pop out to the shortstop.
Yep.
I give up a double, and then later that inning, Pat Waters ended up sawing him off, breaking his bat in two, and he hits a little looper out over the shortstop's head, and the run comes around to score. And pretty much that's how it went.
And you've been in a bad mood ever since. Hey, that's a tough start. Shows great resilience that you then continued for 13 more years. That could be discouraging. You make good pitches. You're giving up a double and an RBI single.
Right.
That's bad.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
One strike to count helps build character, and that's why you have the great character you have today.
I appreciate the fist pumping that you're doing up here.
There's a little roller. Zobrist gloves this one and makes the toss to first. So it's 2 up and 2 down in the 4th inning.
2 quick outs here by Shields. These pitchers right now matching each other 0 for 0.
Now Russell Martin. Foul ball, strike 1. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Up and in, and how about low and away? That changeup.
Popped up foul. Will carry out a play. James Shields receiving All-Star honors. Russell Martin will be going to the All-Star game. The New York catcher. He went twice with the Dodgers. And now will go for the American League in his first year with New York. Bouncing ball to third. Sean Rodriguez takes care of that. 3 ground ball outs. 1, 2, 3. Go the Yankees. Kelly Shopik's going to lead off the 5th when we return.
Buddy's Home Furnishings is your one-stop shop for quality name-brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and more. Hit a home run at Buddy's with some amazing deals, including laptop computers, sofa and love seat combos, washer and dryer combos, and 42-inch high-def flat panel TVs, all starting at only $19.99 per week. And remember, there's no credit needed and up to 6 months, same as cash pricing.
We started a tradition to prank the crew based on where the All-Star game is.
Like at Yankee Stadium, we filled the booth with hundreds of apples.
And this year with the Diamondbacks, we should really have a lot of fun.
Open the door. This is not cool. Stay calm. It's fear. Come on. Seriously. Guys, no. Come on. Don't.
Maybe we should have gone cactus instead.
Some traditions shouldn't be messed with. The 2011 All-Star Game on Fox.
Freak accidents. Caught on tape.
We're going down. This might be the end.
We break it down and find out how did they survive. The Indestructibles, a new series, premieres tonight at 10 on the National Geographic Channel.
I'm Adam Carolla, and I'm hosting The Car Show, where we talk, live, and breathe everything cars.
The Car Show, coming Wednesday to Speed.
We go to the 5th. No score. The Rays and the Yankees concluding their series, and it's time to take a look at the upcoming Rays schedule. Brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Rays pick up play at home against the Red Sox on Friday night. They're in for 3. Then the New York Yankees in a 7-game homestand. As we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color.
And I would expect that the Tropicana field's going to be buzzing. All right, that's a direct challenge.
Here's Kelly Shopping now to lead it off. Pitch outside. 1-0. Shopping, Kochman, and Geyer. There's a long drive down the left field line, but foul. Well, Shopping has a home run on this road trip when he bounced one off the foul pole. That was in Minnesota. A 1-1 count. And a strike on the inner part of the plate. Choppa came into the game lifetime .294 against Sabathia. A little bit upstairs, and Shopping managed to stop his swing in time. 2-2. Baltimore still batting in the top of the second. A 4-run inning for the Orioles. They've taken a 4-2 lead at Fenway. Here the Rays and the Yankees are scoreless in the top of the fifth. And ball 3. So Shopping working a good at bat here against Sabathia. Rays have picked up 3 hits, but no runs. Lifted into right field. Jones went back to the track. Now he's going to come in, and he makes the catch. Well, that gives you an idea of what the ball can do. The ball not hit that well, but Jones immediately went back to the track, knowing that that ball can carry out to right.
On today's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Here's Casey Kochman. Kochman, after a first pitch fastball, fouls it back. That's a strike. Casey hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching this year. Missed that one by plenty. 0-2.
Well, that's the good slider. Sabathia, he will sweep that to the lefties, and that ball just sails off the plate. Casey Kochman, very good eye up there, was clearly fooled by that pitch.
And Kochman went around. Jim Wolf down at third. Kochman tried to check. He's out on strikes.
You know, comes right back with it, and Kochman here 0-2. No, that's in that borderline range. You get that close, you run the risk of getting banged.
Here's Brandon Geyer. Geyer struck out, chased a high fastball his first time. And that pitch is a strike as he's shortened on the bat. And the other thing about Sabathia, he is well above average in throwing his pitches for strikes. That changeup has been a strike 83% of the time. Ground ball headed to shortstop. Jeter fields and throws, and it's a 1-2-3 fifth. Bottom of the inning coming up. We are scoreless.
That's my Bob. It used to be just me and him. Then one morning he tries Just for Men. Says here it targets only the gray, fast and easy, replacing it with his natural tones.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Apparently, that's not the only thing it replaces. I'm glad Bob's happy.
Hi there.
Just for Men. Live forward.
Get ready for Fox Soccer Plus.
And he's placed it magnificently!
Sign up now to see over 130 exclusive Barclays Premier League games, 70 UEFA Champions League matches, 73 exclusive Serie A games, and over 800 exclusive events, including the world's best rugby competitions, all in HD. Call 1-877-810-KICK or go to foxsoccerplus.com and get Fox Soccer Plus today.
My name is Tommy.
I ain't no hero. I'm a fireman.
Hearts and thoughts they Hearts and thoughts
they Rescue Me, the final season, premieres Wednesday at 10 on FX.
Today's Lexus game summary, a great matchup between Sabathia and Shields. 5 strikeouts for CC Sabathia. Shields with a couple strikeouts, giving up no runs, a couple hits. And the Rays cut down a potential run at the plate as B.J. Upton threw out Eduardo Nunez in the third. We go into the bottom half of the 5th. No score. Shields threw 56 pitches so far. Preparing to make his 57th here to open the 5th. Threw 4, 56 pitches. No runs. 3 hits. The pitch to Gardner is a strike. Gardner, Jones, and Nunez due up. One and one. Two and one. Shields making his 19th start of the year. Look out, the bat's headed for the stands. The ball is popped foul and will be out of play. So that foul ball on the roof of the Rays dugout and the bat over the roof of the Yankee dugout. Count on Gardner is 2-2 as that bat is retrieved for him.
Did we really need 3 members of the stadium security personnel to come down for that?
Apparently so.
They just swarmed him.
Man with a bat. And the foul ball. And they seem to disarm him of that bat rather peacefully.
Strength in numbers.
Got the job done. There you are. That's why they needed 3. It's a foul ball the other way. Speaking of escorts and 3s, maybe that's what Todd needs here. You know, Todd walking around, we haven't heard from him. I wonder what happened to him. Maybe he needs a security guard.
Yeah.
It's a foul ball back. Where is Todd? Oh, there he is. Todd has found a perch in the press box. Just wanted to make sure he's all right. There he is, and that we get him home safely off this road trip. Pop up, foul ball. So Gardner extends this at bat. 8 pitches so far. Yankees had a runner in the first inning, a 2-out walk drawn by Teixeira, 2-out single by Gardner in the second. Then Nunez had an infield hit, and Jeter bunted his way on in the third to start it. A 1-2-3 fourth. Here's the 10th pitch to Gardner, and he's out on strikes. Got him swinging. That's strikeout number 3 for Shields.
Now Shields comes with a changeup here, and this one he leaves up in the zone, catches Gardner by surprise. See him reaching out there just to try to foul it off. Ball right off the end of the bat. Out number 1.
Down to third off the bat of Andruw Jones. Sean Rodriguez handles that. So as long as it took to retire Gardner, it was just that quick to dispose of Andruw Jones. 1 pitch. 2 gone with the bases empty as Eduardo Nunez strolls toward the plate. That's a strike. 17 of 18 first pitch strikes now for Shields, with strike 1 to Nunez. Liner into right. Geyer's there. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. We're headed into inning 6 through 5. No score.
Summer's here. Time to go for a ride in a Ford during the Ford Model Year End Sales Event. Get great lease offers, financing as low as 0% APR, or big cash back on the best-selling brand in America. Now trade in for a fuel-efficient Escape and get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 total cash back. Make it a summer to remember during the Model Year End Sales Event at your Southern Ford dealer.
Got it. Don't be the last to know. Get it faster with 4G. It's the network of possibilities. AT&T.
When you choose the Times, you get all the day's top stories together in one place, like in-depth investigative journalism, one of the top 10 sports sections in the country, full-time writers dedicated to movie, art, and book reviews, leisure stories about travel and entertainment, plus access to the hottest jobs in Tampa Bay. So while some newspapers are reducing their coverage, the Times still brings you the whole story every day. For the news that touches your life, the choice is simple. Turn to the Times.
This month on Fox Movie Channel's Life After Film School, Peter Tolan, co-creator and executive producer of the FX series Rescue Me.
You have to not only have the vision, but you have to figure out that way how to sell it, get people to see it, and make people take notice.
Only on Fox Movie Channel.
Welcome to Rays Sunday Baseball, brought to you all season by Hyundai. Looking south from the Bronx, we move into the 6th inning here at Yankee Stadium. CC Sabathia. His first pitch is a strike call to Justin Ruggiano, a breaking ball to start him. 1-1. Pitch coming in on him. He fouls it, deflecting off Martin. It's a ball to 2 strikes. Rays and the Yankees. Season series at 2 apiece. It's a 2-2 count. Just about as even as you can be. 0-3-0 for the Rays, 0-3-0 for New York. Luciano taps it foul. Well, the American League East continues to be very, very tough. They have not only the 3 best records, Boston, New York, and the Rays in the AL in the East, but they are among, I think, the top 6 records in all of baseball. But the top 3 in the American League coming out of the American League East. A 2-2 count to Ruggiano. Cut and a miss. Had him out in front. Ruggiano strikeout number 6 for Sabathia.
Well, Sabathia will change speeds with his breaking pitches. This one he takes a little bit off, and you're right. You get Ruggiano out in front, reaching for that pitch. These pitches just continue to mow down opposing hitters.
Top of the order, here's Ben Zobrist. He takes the ball. Ben out pitcher first and out on strikes in the 3rd when Sabathia got ahead of him 0-2 and then got him to chase a fastball high out of the strike zone. Chopper foul. 1-1. Well, the Orioles scored 6 runs in the 2nd, and the Red Sox have come back with 2 in the bottom half of the 2nd. It's 6-4 Baltimore right now. Ground ball. Glove by Nunez at 3rd. He turns and throws. Zobrist is the 2nd out in inning number 6.
A nice little play there by Nunez, having to range to his left a little bit and spin and make that quick throw as he picks up Teixeira over there at first base.
Well, you can see why the Yankees like Nunez. He's a nice player to have.
Spin, find him, and get rid of it.
Now Elliott Johnson. He takes a curveball first pitch for a strike.
I'll tell you what, we saw it in the game yesterday, but Russell Martin does a really nice job with those breaking balls that are looking to be borderline, breaking out of the zone low, to go out and aggressively get them. Try to give his pitcher the best chance of keeping that ball at the strike zone.
High fly ball into center. It's Granderson waiting, and the Rays are up and down 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the 6th coming. Still no score.
I was driving to Northern California. My son was asleep.
I really didn't see it coming.
I didn't realize I was drifting into the other lane.
I was literally falling asleep at the wheel.
It got my attention, telling me that I wasn't paying attention.
I had no idea the guy in front of me had stopped short, but my car did.
My car did.
Thankfully, my Mercedes did.
A world you can't predict demands a car you can trust. The E-Class, the best or nothing. That is what drives us.
Let's hit it, fellas. I heard we got a bunch of vets of Iraq and Afghanistan living the high life in here. Yeah, am I in the right section? action. What's going on, man? Brought my people some hot dogs. They hungry. With this crew, I'm the safest man in this stadium. I like that. Let's make some noise for the vets of Iraq and Afghanistan. This is your front line, America. When you turn in your highlight bottle caps and pull tabs, 10 cents is donated to give vets a piece of the highlight. Like tickets to a game like this, right, guys? Yeah!
Hi, my name is Eric, and I install FiOS. I like to leave everybody my business card. I like to do whatever I can to try and help them.
I've been in Florida all my life. I want to treat that customer just like I want to be treated.
I service everywhere from Seffner all the way down to Sun City Center. And no contract makes customers happy, and that makes me happy. When people call Verizon, they are calling me.
When someone can recommend their friend or their neighbor to you, you know that you've done the right thing for them.
I think our guys have done a great job. We came back from a difficult beginning, played the game hard, played the game right. The pitching's been outstanding. Defense has been great. We got to hit a little bit more in the second half, but overall I'm very, very pleased. Second half, really we have to be more consistent offensively. I think if we can maintain status quo with most everything that we've done in the first half, I'll take a couple more RBIs.
That was Joe Madden's assessment of the first half. The other thing he said, guys, he added that during the workout Thursday, they're going to really focus on the little details, especially, he said, smarter base running, and we've seen that crop up today. Back to you.
And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still a scoreless game here at Yankee Stadium. And the top of the order for New York, Derek Jeter up here for the 3rd time. Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira. James Shields on the hill, and the pitch is tapped foul. Strike 1. So that's 18 out of 19 first pitch strikes for Shields. That's just an incredible run to start a game.
I mean, well, hard to do. One better, 19 out of 19, but that's how you set yourself up for success. And so far, 5 shutout innings.
1-1 to count.
You consistently put a hitter down 0-1, you know. You start to have your way with them, and you end up forcing them to hit your pitch as opposed to getting into cripple counts where they can turn the tables.
Look out, a foul ball and the bat loose. Jeter checking with Ron Culpa, fearful that that might have gotten a glancing blow on the plate umpire.
You talk about getting in a guy's kitchen. His fastball up and in just really ties up Jeter, and that's exactly, lets the bat go right off the left leg of Ron Culpa. No ill effects.
A ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Jeter is out on strikes for the 2nd time in this game.
Well, so often we see the Shields change up, bottom out. This one just takes off down and in, gets under the bat of Jeter. That had more run than actual sinking action. Put in a good spot, got a great result.
And another first pitch strike as Granderson looks at strike 1.
And he's doing it with all of his pitches. Curveball, the changeup, fastball.
0-2.
And that's where that curveball has really started to become a put-away weapon. He throws a good one early in the count, strike 1, fine, but you saw the nastiness of the 2nd pitch.
Just a little bit wide. Well, the only hitter he has failed to throw a first pitch strike to was Teixeira, his first time up. Now 2-2 to Curtis Granderson. Teixeira is on deck. Red Sox have tied the Orioles 6-6 in the bottom of the 2nd. And now ball 3 to Granderson. A little bouncing ball foul. By the mound. Throw to Kochman. So Granderson is out of there.
Well, Tuesday, don't miss the world premiere preview of the X Factor. Simon Cowell is back with television's next big event, and you can only catch it during the All-Star game Tuesday on Fox.
Base is empty. 2 outs, and the shift is on for Mark Teixeira. And he takes a pitch outside. So 19 out of 20, 19 out of 21 now. And Teixeira, the only hitter who has not seen strike one on the first pitch every time up. Fouls it back. 1-1. Shot foul. 1-2. Shields, after his 9th win of the year, he comes in 8-6. Sabathia 12-4. The bouncer off the railing in front of the dugout. Shields coming off a couple losses to the Reds and the Twins. Fly ball lifted into center. That's B.J. Upton making the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. We are through 6 and we head into the 7th. Rays nothing, New York nothing.
Proud to stand on our own. Proud to be homegrown. A familiar face and a name you know. Come on, we know you, we know your needs. We know what being a neighbor means. And got a reputation to uphold. Can you hear it? Fueling the American spirit. No matter when, no matter where, Marathon will take you there.
3 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. My family faced a future without me. At my darkest point, I learned about Tampa Bay radiation oncology through a friend. He spoke of how this new cancer-fighting technology called CyberKnife helped save his life. With CyberKnife, there's no pain, no cutting, no anesthesia, and I resumed my normal activities immediately. Now, a year later, I am cancer-free and back in the picture, thanks to Dr. Steele, Dr. Khan, and their great staff, and CyberKnife.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Great save, kid. You deserve this.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
It's an AL East showdown. Rays, Red Sox, Friday at 7 on Sun Sports. Log on now for the latest updates on your favorite Florida teams. FoxSportsFlorida.com.
Rays baseball brought to you by Hyundai. People are talking about Hyundai. Uncensored. See what they're saying at Hyundai.com. By Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. And by Subway. Eat fresh. Evan Longoria will open the 7th inning. No score. Each team with 3 hits. Evan fouls Sabathia's first pitch into the stands up the right side. Longoria, Upton, and Rodriguez. Evan fouls it again, the right side, out of play. 6 strikeouts and a walk allowed by Sabathia on 3 hits. He's made 72 pitches this afternoon. Upstairs, It's 1-2. Number to the right side. Cano with the pickup and the throw to first. He had a little extra time with Longoria going down that line, favoring that Morton's neuroma on his left foot.
Now this ball just hit right off the end of the bat. Kind of squibbed out there, but you're right. Cano takes his time, quick with the throw, slow getting there, and boy, Evan Longoria, boy, he's going down there as hard as he can, but you can see how ginger he is on that foot.
Here's B.J. Upton. B.J. looks at a strike. B.J. 1 out of 2. He singled in the fourth and then was caught off first by C.C. Sabathia on a caught stealing. It's a 1-1 count. The ball, 2 strikes now. Jays have a 5-0 lead on Cleveland in the bottom of the 5th at Cleveland. Baltimore bats in the top of the 3rd. Tied with Boston. That's 6-6 at Fenway, and here are the Rays and the Yankees. No scores. They play in the 7th. That's sharply hit in and out of the mid of Teixeira, and there's nobody at first. So Upton reaches. He hit the ball sharply, and Teixeira with that big first baseman's mitt tried to scoop it. It popped out of that mid, and there was no place to go.
Now, that's the second time that we've seen B.J. Upton hit a ball to the right side to Teixeira that C.C. Sabathia did not get over on. In the first inning, yeah, Teixeira went over there, had to dive and make the play. This ball hit sharply. Sabathia doesn't even break. By then, it's way too late. BJ's going to, and he says right there, it's on me. That's two times.
Sean Rodriguez takes a look at a strike. Well, Upton now with 2 hits in this game. To the Rays' third baseman, Sean Rodriguez. Sabathia is stepping back off the rubber. It's low, covered up by Martin. The Rays got the 1-out double from Elliott Johnson in the first, left him. Got a leadoff double in the second from Sean Rodriguez, but he was caught trying to steal third. Upton singled in the fourth. He was caught off first. And a base hit by Upton here in the 7th inning, accounting for the Rays' 4 hits. There goes BJ, and the pitch up the right side. That's going to be a foul ball. Just foul. And boy, that ball came within a couple of inches of hitting the line, in which case the Rays would have grabbed the lead, but Gary Cederstrom, straddling the line down there, makes the call.
Boy, just that close. Sean Rodriguez taking that ball the other way, and here it is. You'll see. I mean, just outside of the white chalk.
A ball, 2 strikes. It's down. 2-2. Scoreless game in the 7th. Three and 2. Sabathia with 168 wins before his 31st birthday. 30 years old, 12-4 right now. Runner goes, and the pitch is lined into right, but Jones is there to catch it. Upton will be doubled off first as Jones returns the throw to the infield to Teixeira. The double play ends the top of the 7th. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Mid-7th, no score.
Hyundai's made a point to always shoot straight with people. And now we're asking everyday drivers to shoot straight with us. About the Sonata, uncensored.
This would be like a really good road trip car. Ooh, road trip?
I'm 6'5". Look at the legroom. Oh, it's only 19.
That is a good price.
I mean, it's comfortable, too.
Can we take out the Sonata again?
See for yourself. Test drive the 2012 Sonata today. You can lease one for just $199 a month.
But only at your local Hyundai dealer.
Well, my dad has had a huge impact on my life, and not because of what he's told me, but because of the example that he was. My philosophy since I was a little boy is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work as hard. When I do something, I want to be the best that I possibly can at it. The one thing that I want people to take away from this book is that honestly, it really is my story, and it's real.
We started a tradition to prank the crew based on where the All-Star game is.
Like at Yankee Stadium, we filled the booth with hundreds of apples.
And this year with the Diamondbacks, we should really have a lot of fun.
Open the door. This is not cool. Stay calm. It's unfair. Come on. Seriously. Guys, no. Come on. Don't.
Maybe we should have gone cactus instead.
Some traditions shouldn't be messed with. The 2011 All-Star Game on Fox.
Rays baseball brought to you by Hyundai. People are talking about Hyundai, uncensored. See what they're saying at Hyundai.com. By Bluebell Ice Cream. July is National Ice Cream Month. Celebrate with Bluebell's newest flavor, Dessert Trio. By Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. Here at Yankee Stadium, middle of the 7th inning, the Rays and the Yankees are scoreless. Right now, let's check in with Todd Callis.
Well, James Shields and David Price will be heading to Phoenix after the game. They won't be able to pitch in the All-Star game. Announced earlier that Price has turf toe, won't be available, but they will be announced as American League All-Stars. And how should they respond after the announcement? That's our Autoway text poll question. Should they just, basically touch the cap, maybe, a hand wave? That's TB1. Should they doff the cap, take the cap off? That's TB2. Or, as BA likes to say, should they church it up a little bit for TB3 and go with something like that? Text your vote to 789-789, standard message and data rates applied. Gentlemen?
Boy, they churched it up, BA.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was good. That would be churching it up. And on one hand, it would be very fitting of this ball club and the loose nature of it. However, I would hope that they would tend towards the TB1 or 2.
Yeah. Respect the
occasion. I'm afraid that my pregame Fruity Pebbles might start moving in the wrong direction.
Well, Shields has had everything directed in the right way so far. Hooked up in this double shutout. Bottom of the 7th. Cano, Posada, and Martin due up for New York. Shields has allowed 3 hits and a walk. And the first pitch is in there again. That's a strike. That's 20 out of 22 first pitch strikes for Shields. 20 out of 22 first pitch strikes. One and one. Boston bats in the bottom of the 3rd. Tied with Baltimore. It's a 6-6 game. Boston leading New York by a game and the Rays by 5. The ground ball. That's a diving attempt by Zobrist, but a base hit into right. Geyer returns the ball to the infield. And Cano has his first hit. Each team now with 4 hits and a walk.
Well, the little things mean everything in this kind of a ball game. Ben Zobrist, I'll tell you what, I mean, give it everything you can. Go to your right, make the dive, and Cano's able to sneak it under the glove. Yankees with the leadoff man aboard.
Here's Jorge Posada. 0 for 2 with a fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. He pops it into shallow center. Johnson out for it. Here comes Upton. He makes the catch and a quick throw. He throws it into the New York dugout. And Cano will be awarded second base. Upton made a quick throw and sailed it way over the head of Kochman at first and into the dugout. Posada's out. Cano moves into scoring position on Upton's 3rd error of the year.
Well, BJ kind of lulled Cano to sleep, came in and basket catch, and I'll tell you what, a good throw, and he is dead at first base. He's got Cano caught off, but that ball just sails on him as he throws on the run right into the dugout. That's going to allow Cano all the way to 3rd base, force the Rays to have to pull the infield in. A little basket catch. You know, Cano's thinking, I got a chance. Oh, too late. Now he's got him.
You see it go into the dugout, and with that, Cano goes all the way to 3rd. Infield close, and Martin bounces one down to 3rd. Rodriguez makes the play to 1st, holding Cano at 3rd. So on the first pitch, Martin bounces out. And that can allow the infield to relax now.
I mean, huge out. Runner on 3rd, less than 2, infield in, scoreless game, and you get the one hopper right here. Right to Sean Rodriguez, makes an easy play. Just close out the hitter and get back to swinging.
And the pickoff attempt at 3rd, and the run is going to score. Well, Shields tried to pick off Cano at 3rd, and he threw it just behind Rodriguez. And the Yankees get the first run of the game. Well, that had worked earlier this year against Asdrubal Cabrera at 3rd, but it backfires this time.
Well, a good throw, and they get him again. They had Cano. They had him picked. Watch this. Doesn't even see it. Doesn't even see it. The throw is anywhere near the bag, and he's got him. Shields knows it.
So 2 errors in the inning, and the Yankees have a run as Gardner fouls that first pitch away. And it's 1-0 New York. An error charged to Upton, allowing Cano to go to 3rd, and an error on Shields on the throw to 3rd, allowing Cano to score.
Boy, did they had that set up perfectly. Man, Robinson Cano paying no mind. A very short lead, not even thinking about a pick over there. When James Shields would pick his leg up, he got a secondary lead. Never saw it coming.
2 balls and a strike. Fly ball into short left. Ruggiano is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, nobody left. 1-0 New York.
Let's hit it, fellas. I heard we got a bunch of vets of Iraq and Afghanistan living the high life in here. Hey, am I in the right section? What's going on, man? Brought my people some hot dogs. They hungry. With this crew, I'm the safest man in this stadium. I like that. Let's make some noise for the vets of Iraq and Afghanistan. This is your front line, America. When you turn in your highlight bottle caps and pull tabs, 10 cents is donated to give vets a piece of the highlight. Like tickets to a game like this, right, guys? Yeah!
Honey, why aren't you playing with your friends?
I am playing with my friends.
Hey, Mrs. D. Joseph? Sarah? It's Mommy's turn now. Let's go.
The average home has over 4 internet-connected devices.
We were gonna storm the castle.
I love your hair.
Thanks. I went to your guy.
It's perfect.
I thought we were storming the castle.
That's why you need the internet rated #1 for supporting multiple users and devices simultaneously. Verizon Fios, a network ahead.
Baseball's biggest stars take center stage at the 2011 All-Star Game. Live Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox.
We are Fox Sports. We are Sun Sports.
You could hear the crowd erupt when they announced my name on TV, but you won't be able to feel the energy at the Trop as I step up to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. It even gives me goosebumps.
The Rays are home. Be part of the action at Tropicana Field as they face off with division rivals, the Red Sox, and then heat things up with the Yankees. Get tickets today at 888-FAN-RAYS or RaysBaseball.com.
Welcome to Rays Sunday Baseball, brought to you all season by Hyundai. From New York, we go to the 8th inning, and the Yankees scoring an unearned run in the bottom of the 7th inning to take a 1-0 lead. And it will be Kelly Shopik to begin the 8th. First pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, the Rays came very close to picking off Cano at third, but the bad throw allows him to score. Ground ball to third, comes up for Nunez. His throw. 1 away here in the 8th. Casey Kochman on his way to the plate. Boy, it obviously would have been really something had the Rays converted that pickoff at third base, because they did have Cano hung out to dry.
I think what they saw was Cano had the short lead, and when Shields would pick his leg up, he stopped looking at him and started looking towards home plate, taking his secondary, and that was something that was called from the dugout. And they had it right. I mean, they knew Shields picks his leg up, Cano's not looking at him anymore. You know they had to be excited about calling that play, thinking, hey, just get the ball close. It doesn't even have to be a throw on the bag. Just get the throw to Sean Rodriguez, and we got him.
That's a strike. 0-2. Cano had opened the inning with a base hit, and he, to this point, has scored the only run of the game. Low. A ball, 2 strikes. Sabathia scattering base runners throughout the afternoon. Bouncer foul. 1-2. Johnson doubled in the first. Rodriguez doubled in the second. Upton singled in the fourth. And Upton singled again in the 7th inning. Rays got a walk drawn by Shopik in the second. 1-2. Kochman is out on strikes. Got him reaching. Well, we look at the bottom of the 7th. We take a look at the Toyota inside look.
Here they got Cano off of first. BJ airmails the throw into the dugout. That allows Cano to third after a ground ball. Then they got him picked off. And James Shields with the throw to Rodriguez, just high. Can't be handled. I really like what he saw there because they had him. They had him twice. Where the Rays have given a couple of base runners away today. They had Cano twice, and 2 errors allowed him to score.
Brandon Guyer just up from Durham, fouls one off his foot. Strike one. Guyer struck out in the 2nd inning on a high fastball. Grounded to the shortstop Jeter in the 5th inning. So the Rays really haven't had much of a threat against Sabathia. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Shields, with the exception of that 1 unearned run, has given the Yankees very little. In fact, Shields has made 23 first pitch strikes out of 25 hitters. Guyer fouls it up the right side. 1-2. Another 1-2 delivery. Hop foul. It's going to carry into the stands. So the Rays, who've been so good defensively all year, 2 errors in the 7th inning, costing them the run. One, 2. Too low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count.
This fastball clearly off.
4th 3-ball count for Sabathia and the 5th 3-ball count of the day. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases empty, 2 gone. Guyer hits it on the ground to Jeter. Quick throw to first in time, and the Rays are out in the 8th. 3 up and 3 down. Bottom of the 8th coming, 1-0 New York.
If you can't tell the difference between these 2 Lexus, why pay the difference? Your Bay Area Lexus dealers have over 100 certified pre-owned Lexus, all specially priced. Every Lexus certified pre-owned vehicle is meticulously inspected in 161 points, thoroughly reconditioned to be just like new, and confidently backed by an up to 100,000-mile warranty. All available now at special savings, only at Lexus of Tampa Bay and Lexus of Clearwater. 888-GO-LEXUS.com.
Freak accidents. Caught on tape.
We're going down. This might be the end.
We break it down and find out how did they survive. The Indestructibles, a new series, premieres tonight at 10 on the National Geographic Channel.
Get ready for Fox Soccer Plus.
And he's placed it magnificently.
Sign up now to see over 130 exclusive Barclays Premier League games, 70 UEFA Champions League matches, 73 exclusive Serie A games, and over 800 exclusive events, including the world's best rugby competitions, all in HD. Call 1-877-810-KICK or go to foxsoccerplus.com and get Fox Soccer Plus today.
As we head into the bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees up by a run. Johnny Damon shows his strength on the field and now off with this Johnny Nitro bobblehead presented by Tropicana. You can pick yours up on Sunday, July the 17th when the Rays host the Red Sox. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under get one, so visit RaysBaseball.com right now.
James Shields goes to the mound here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Andrew Jones leads it off, and the pitch is popped up. Right side foul, and it's out of play. Strike one. Jones has popped to the shortstop. He's grounded to third. This one foul. Rob Thompson with a nice pickup. The Yankees' third base coach. Oh, 2. And a cut and a miss. Jones, strikeout number 5 for Shields.
There it is, good changeup. Andrew Jones trying to reach out there and get that pitch before it bottoms out. Sorry about it.
Eduardo Nunez. And another first pitch strike. That's 25 out of 27.
That is remarkable. And the 2 that he missed were to the same hitter.
Fly ball center field. Upton closing is there and makes the catch. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down. So the base is empty. It will be Derek Jeter. Jeter had a bunt single in the 3rd. Otherwise, he has struck out twice. Braves in the 9th due to have Ruggiero, Zobrist, and Johnson. It's a 1-0 game right now. Pitch is a strike. Again, a first pitch strike. One and one. Yankees scored an unearned run in the 7th inning. It's 1-0. Bottom of the 8th. And the ground ball backhanded by Zobrist. The throw to first in time. 1-2-3. Go the Yankees. We're headed into the 9th. It's 1-0 New York.
At Metro PCS, it's $50 off our hottest back-to-school phones. That's genius. Get the full QWERTY Samsung Freeform 3, just $49, or the Android LG Optimus M, now just $99. $50 off phones and no annual contracts. Only at Metro PCS.
Hyundai's made a point to always shoot straight with people. And now we're asking everyday drivers to shoot straight with us about the Sonata, uncensored.
This would be like a really good road trip car. Ooh, road trip?
I'm 6'5". Look at the legroom. Oh, it's only 19.
That is a good price.
I mean, it's comfortable, too.
Can we take out the Sonata again?
See for yourself. Test drive the 2012 Sonata today. You can lease one for just $199 a month.
But only at your local Hyundai dealer.
At Metro PCS, it's $50 off our hottest back-to-school phones. That's genius. Get the full QWERTY Samsung Freeform 3, just $49, or the Android LG Optimus M, now just $99. $50 off phones and no annual contracts. Only at Metro PCS.
At the end of the day, you can't fool people. Nothing sells like the truth. From our fresh pack sauce, to our fresh veggies, to our 100% fresh dough, never frozen. At Papa John's, we believe fresh is better. Nobody does what Papa John's does.
Right now, Papa John's is giving you all large pizzas for just $11 each. Even specialty pizzas, only $11. Order now at papajohns.com.
Everything's better when Papa's in the house. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Saturday is race day on Sun Sports. Join us for thoroughbred excitement. Catch the Grade 1 $250,000 American Oaks from Hollywood Park. Don't miss Trackside Live, Saturday evening at 7:30 on Sun Sports.
We have ourselves a 1-0 game heading to the 9th inning. Don't forget about the weekend Friday Fest presented by Captain Morgan, July 15th. The Rays will battle. The Boston Red Sox first 10,000 fans receive this Kyle Farnsworth t-shirt courtesy of the St. Petersburg Times. Guys?
Well, we go to the 9th inning and the Rays need a run. First pitch to Justin Ruziano is in there for a strike. Shields and Sabathia. And what a couple of great performances by these two pitchers. Ruziano fouls it. Take a look at this. Shields, 1 unearned run allowed, 5 strikeouts and a walk. Sabathia, no runs, 7 strikeouts and a walk. And Shields, 26 first pitch strikes out of 28 hitters. Fly ball into right. Jones is there to make the catch. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Rivera up in the bullpen. Here's Ben Zobrist. Bounds it at the plate. Ben is grounded back to the mound, struck out, swinging on a high fastball. Grounded out third to first. Rays made a couple mistakes on the bases and a couple fielding errors. Oh, 2 the count. And it's a 1-0 game. Rays down to their final 2 outs. Well, you talk about an all-star caliber of pitching. That's exactly what we've seen in Shields and Sabathia.
Now, we knew coming in to this matchup that it was going to be a good one. This, I think, even surpassed what you thought. A couple of heavyweights going at it, but my goodness, a couple of bad throws have hurt James Shields, and CC Sabathia has really been in cruise control all day after that leadoff double to Sean Rodriguez, who got thrown out trying to steal in the 2nd inning.
1-2 is upstairs. 2-2.
You saw the pitch breakout. There wasn't really an inning where Sabathia has been overtaxed out there on the mound.
Yeah, he's in good shape in that department. 2-2 now. Zobrist steps back. 2-2. Here it is. Oh, strike 3 call. Zobrist thought the pitch was out of the strike zone. He's caught looking. 2 outs here in the ninth.
Now this pitch, if it was in the strike zone, it was in the very top outside corner upper part. This ball just about was close enough.
So 2 outs in the ninth. The 8th strikeout for Sabathia. Now it's Elliott Johnson. 0-1. Johnson doubled his first time. The Rays down to their final out now. And a foul ball out of play. Rays have been shut out 7 times this year. They have not been shut out in a 1-0 game. That's what we have right here. And it's low. 2 balls and a strike. That takes the count to 2-2.
I'll tell you what, after the called 3rd strike on Ben Zobrist, and now this one, these haven't been strikes all day. Fox Tracks may have that as a strike, but that ball down, way down, having to reach for it. Call for widening that zone.
2-2. Swing and a miss. It's all over. Johnson strikes out on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. The hardest one Sabathia has thrown all day. And 1-2-3, the Rays are out. It's a 1-0 final. A 4-hit shutout. We'll be back in a moment.
Thanks to the people from Hangar One Vodka, they have provided us with great blimp shots for the last 2 days, and they've made our broadcast much better to look at. So we thank those ladies and gentlemen up in the blimp. Four and a big 2 for the Rays. Time of the game, a delightfully manageable 2-11. Sabathia goes 13-4. Shields a tough luck loser, 8-7. He threw a complete game. So did Sabathia. Cano was 1 for 3, and he scored the game's only run on an error by Upton and an error by Shields. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and Kimberly Jones. Special thanks to senior producer Bill Bolin, director John Wilson, vice president of operations Ed Delaney, our supervising producer Woody Fryman, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again Thursday for Yankees baseball as the Bombers take on the Blue Jays from Rogers Center in Toronto. Coverage begins at 6:30 on the Yes Network. Once again, the final score, the Yankees 1 and the Rays 0. We'll be back from the booth with some final thoughts in a moment, but for now, let's go to Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry in our Yes Network studios. Guys?
Michael, thank you. Expeditious work by CC Sabathia and James Shields in a 1-0 Yankees win as they make it 2-3 against the Rays. And I'd say that, Jack, somehow CC channeled the energy of Derek Jeter yesterday, but this is energy that he has had for the better part of 4 or 5 starts.
Right, he's been on a roll, Bobby. 6-0 in his last 6 starts, the ERA around 2 in those starts. And what a way to end it today, in style, striking out the last batter with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. We see emotion from CC on a number of occasions, but we really saw a burst of emotion there from him today. 9 strikeouts, went to the fastball more than the slider today, ends up retiring 15 of the last 16. Overpowering, dominant, whatever word you want to use, that's what CC was today.
I think he's already in his board shorts spending time in the Bahamas right now because that's where he's headed for the All-Star break, although he was named an All-Star, and he is also your Chevy player of the game. You fans voted and named CC. No surprise, the complete game 4-hitter, the shutout, and he struck out 9 more batters. He has been on a roll. 113 pitches in his first complete game shutout since May 8, 2009 against the Orioles. Hey, let's check out some of the other scores from around baseball. And we find that in Boston, the Red Sox have taken the lead 7-6 over Baltimore in the 4th. Toronto leading Cleveland 7-1 in the 7th. And you see some of the other games later. The Mariners at the Angels. Philly right now beating Atlanta in the 6th. St. Louis against Arizona. And the Mets and Giants go at it in the Sunday night game. Hey, after this postgame show is over, don't forget to stay tuned for an all-new edition of WB Mason Presents The Joe Girardi Show. Michael Kay talks with Joe about Derek Jeter reaching the 3,000 hit mark and the Yankees who will be in Arizona for the All-Star Game. Plus, Joe talks about his own memories from the Midsummer Classic. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Jack and I have a lot more to discuss in the studio about the workmanlike effort of CC Sabathia today. It's a 1-0 Yankees win. On the backside as well, we'll talk to the guys in the booth, Michael and Flash, and what they saw today. Don't go away.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented by WB Mason. For office furniture and supplies at amazingly low prices, who but WB Mason?
Okay, detectives, listen up. Sergeant Roxy.
Found this stuff all over Masonville.
What is it? Cheap, store-brand office supplies. Low-quality knockoffs of the brands our customers want.
Aren't they just as good?
Just as good.
Is never, never, never.
Just as good. Our Buy Right program has the brands you want at prices you'll love.
Come on, let's get out there and rescue our customers.
Who but WB Mason?
Derek Jeter has done it. He's the first Yankee in history to get 3,000 hits. Celebrate Derek's achievement with a special 3,000 hit game model bat from Steiner Sports. Each engraved bat is individually numbered and features the official DJ3K logo. These historic bats are limited in quantity, so act fast. Reserve yours for just $129.99 by calling 800-759-SCORE or visiting SteinerSports.com today. Congratulations, Derek.
I've been working at a Domino's store since 1986. I bleed for this company. But this carryout deal, ridiculous.
The deal is you can get large 3-topping pizzas for just $7.99 carryout Monday through Wednesday.
That's crazy.
I'm not crazy.
This pizza's worth at least twice what we're charging for it.
Customers wanted more carryout specials, so now we've got one that runs every week.
Every week?
Every week.
Patrick, I love you, but you're killing me.
Honey, why aren't you playing with your friends?
I am playing with my friends.
Hey, Mrs. D. Joseph? Sarah?
Honey, let me get in
It's Mommy's turn now. Let's go.
The average home has over 4 internet-connected devices.
We were gonna storm the castle.
I love your hair.
Thanks, I went to your guy.
It's perfect.
I thought we were storming the castle.
That's why you need the internet rated #1 for supporting multiple users and devices simultaneously. Verizon Fios, a network ahead.
And we are back once again on the WB Mason Yankees postgame as the Yankees win the final game before the All-Star break, 1-0 over the Rays. And all because of what CC Sabathia did on the Hill. A complete game effort, 4 hits, and shutout baseball. Here's what the manager has to say about it. Joe Girardi talking about CC in the manager's report, brought to you by Geico.
It's hard. Just matching Shields 0 for 0 for 0 for 0, and neither guy really giving many opportunities. Pitching around a leadoff double, getting some double plays, picking off Upton. I mean, CC, I mean, he is that good. I mean, he is on a roll.
When he starts like that, when he starts and is throwing fastballs for strike, can you tell he's going to have that kind of an afternoon?
Yeah, you know, to me, a lot of this streak has been his slider has been so good. Just really hard and downward movement. And when he's locating his fastball and the velocity's there, I mean, he's tough because we all know how good his changeup is.
One more thing, that run. How do you explain that? Robbie Cano said it was the strangest thing he'd ever been a part of.
Yeah, you usually don't win a 1-0 game like that. But Upton trying to double up Robbie, and he throws it away, and it's going to happen. And then Shields has picked so many guys off, second or third this year, and he just made a bad throw, and we got a break.
Joe, you had Mo up.
Yes.
Batter to batter with CC in the ninth. Or?
Yeah, I mean, you got to see how long each at bat is, and as long as CC's the bats aren't long, I'm letting him go.
CC had a lot of emotion after he struck out the last batter. What was that all about?
Well, I mean, it's an emotional game, and to be able to do that 1-0 against a division rival, I think he's able to let his emotion out. And he's not always out there for 9 innings, so sometimes you don't necessarily see it.
Joe, have you ever seen a run like that, particularly in a game that ends up being the only
1-0
run in a game?
I can't remember. They made a couple errors that led to the run. And you might see that in a 5-4 game, but I don't know if I've ever seen it in a 1-0 game.
The way CC and Shields were pitching, though, do you start to have a feeling that either one mistake or especially one run, obviously, could decide this and probably will decide it?
I had that feeling pretty early on, that it was going to be a low-scoring game the way the two were throwing the baseball.
Is there a way to describe the lift CC Sabathia gives this team and has given it, and now he sends you into the All-Star break off that moment?
It just makes you feel really good about the first half. We had lost a series in Cleveland, and we had been on a roll, and we lost some games late. And just to be able to win these type of 2 games, we won one yesterday 5-4 and won 1-0 on a brilliant performance by CC. It's a lift, and it makes you feel good going into the All-Star break.
Since we spoke to you, I believe, CC and David Robertson named All-Stars. CC said on the field he's looking forward to the Bahamas. David presumably will go to the game.
Yeah.
Your reaction?
I found out about Robbie in the first inning, so I was able to tell Robbie, and just to see the smile on his face was really, really worth it for me.
Is there an Alex update?
No, I don't have it. CC pitched too quick.
All right, let's get to the booth report now, brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Michael Kay and John Flaherty standing by. And, guys, it's funny with CC Sabathia. When he has his not-so-good stuff, he can find a way to win. But when he has stuff like today, it's eye-popping, Michael, right up to that 98-mile-an-hour fastball to wrap it all up.
They saved the best for last, and he had great stuff. I think his stuff got better as the game moved on. First inning, he gave up that double. He pitched out of some jams, and then he started to feel it. And the slider's been working, as Joe said, during this whole run. But when you throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the last pitch of the game, it shows you how he's dealing.
Yeah, and it shows you have plenty left in the tank there to finish off the ball game. But I agree with Joe Girardi. The slider has been devastating through this run that CC has been on lately. I thought maybe he struggled a little bit with fastball command early, and like you said, Michael, he locked it in the middle of the game. But this is what he expects to do every time out there. The man expects to throw a complete game, and he got it done today.
Yeah, we're looking at those numbers, guys, right now. Those 9 scoreless innings, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, and a walk. Wanted to talk about the Rays for a second because we've praised them in here about being a fundamentally sound team, a team that doesn't make mistakes. But if you look at the way today's game went, CC pitched great, but the Rays also gift-wrapped that run that the Yankees got. What did you guys see in that inning with a couple of errors?
Well, you know what? It wasn't only that inning. I mean, they try to steal third base. Sean Rodriguez does. A runner at second, nobody out. That doesn't make any sense. Then the earlier pickoff of B.J. Upton, and then that 7th inning, the way it broke down, B.J. Upton would have had an easy double play. If he bounced the throw to first base, he sailed it into the seats.
Yeah, I guess the throw on the run threw him off a little bit. But, the Rays did not play a very good game today. We talked about it the whole series. They struggled to score runs, and they gave the Yankees some gifts today. I mean, I guess that Shields play with the pickoff of Robbie Cano, he would have had him if he had a good throw. But I just don't know quite why you're thinking that when you have 2 outs and Brett Gardner up at the plate as well as he had been throwing. He probably just should have concentrated on him.
If you look at the way these two teams went into the break, Flash, let me just ask you, if you go in like this on a losing note, not playing a good ball game, or like the Yankees playing a good ball game, having won the last 2, does it matter once you hit that break, or do you sort of forget about it and come back Thursday and get after it?
Well, I think it just shows you the type of team that the Yankees are, that they, obviously only scored one run, and it was a gift today, but they got the job done. They picked up a win, and it's a tough game to play, that last one before the All-Star break, because as much as you say you're locked in on those 3 hours or 2 hours and 11 minutes today, your mind wanders. You're looking forward to a couple of days off. Just a real good win for the Yankees. And the Rays, as Michael talked about during the series, they're in for a rough stretch here coming up after the All-Star break.
And you can see one thing just from this series, and I know they scored the 5 runs on Thursday, but the bottom line is this is not a great offensive team. They've got to somehow generate offense to back up that great starting pitching. They're going to have to go to work somehow. If a guy was the guy that they called up that was going to make the big change offensively, I don't know if that's going to do it, bringing up a kid.
Now, Michael and John, I know you gave chapter and verse on the All-Star game and who was in and who was out, but let's just center in on David Robertson, because he was one guy who a lot of statistical measurements say he might have been the best reliever in the American League during the first half. How meaningful do you think it is for him that he gets the All-Star nod?
Well, I think it's super meaningful. A lot of the stuff that he's gone through, his hometown of Tuscaloosa being affected as it was, and he trying to raise money along with his wife Erin and High Sox for Hope to help the recovery efforts. He's gone through a lot, and he has moved up in the pecking order, because when opening day happened, David Robertson was your 6th inning pitcher, and then slowly Soriano dropped out and Jabba dropped out, and this guy moved up to a really important spot, and he's handled it beautifully. I just don't know if Major League Baseball just quite knows how to evaluate setup guys, but if you can, he's the best one. He deserves to be in the All-Star game.
He definitely deserved to go, and I feel good for him, because he's probably going to have a nice career, a nice long career if he stays healthy. But how many opportunities is he going to get to go to an All-Star game, unless he's maybe closing for another club, or maybe this club, but you don't know how it's going to turn out. But I think this was his opportunity. He had a great first half, did everything the Yankees wanted. It's nice to see him get that recognition.
All right, end of the first half, guys. Enjoyed the entire weekend with you. Have a great break, and we will see you on the backside.
Okay, guys, thanks.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Jack and I have more from the studios. We break down CC, even more post-game reaction, and we have the full game highlights coming up right after this.
Caller. Okay.
Hey.
You haven't left yet.
No, I'm boarding now. What's up?
Would you mind doing it again?
Last time.
Oh. Sweet.
The all-new Chevy Cruze with the My Chevrolet app. The remote control car is finally here.
Minaj is just playing with us.
Tired sucks. Not end of a long day tired, but middle of the day. Places to go, things to do, deadlines to meet, but all I want to do is close my eyes tired. 5-Hour Energy fixes tired, fast. One shot, back to work, problem solved. 5-Hour Energy, fix the tired.
Another good thing about Geico is they've got, like, real live people working there 24/7. So, like, say you need to report a claim, right? A real person will be there to help you. Then you can use Geico.com to view photos of the damage, track your claim, print an estimate. You want an English muffin? They literally hand you a toasted muffin with butter and jam. Oh, it's tasty. That's a complete dramatisation, of course, but you get my point.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We're low-price assurance detectives.
Is this your note?
Yes.
If you had used a real Post-it note.
With super sticky adhesive.
Your note might not have fallen to the floor.
But they said these were just as good as Post-it notes. Just as good.
Is never, never, never.
Just as good.
Next time, buy right from WB Mason and get the Post-it note you want.
At a price you'll love. Who but WB Mason?
Honey, why aren't you playing with your friends?
I am playing with my friends.
Hey, Mrs. D. Joseph? Sarah?
Honey, let me get in
It's
there.
Mommy's turn now. Let's go.
The average home has over 4 internet-connected devices.
We were gonna storm the castle.
I love your hair.
Thanks, I went to your guy.
It's perfect.
I thought we were storming the castle.
That's why you need the internet rated #1 for supporting multiple users and devices simultaneously. Verizon Fios, a network ahead.
RiverAvBlues.com breaks down Yankees baseball unlike any other blog on the web, with live blogging during every game and detailed prospect reports. Get all your Yankees bases covered with RiverAvBlues.com. The Yankees postgame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the New York Yankees.
Great to have you back once again here on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. It's a 1-0 Yankees win, and Jack and I are ready to take you through it as we take a look at the full game highlights presented by Lincoln. We'll start bottom of the first, and Derek Jeter leading off for the Bombers the day after his spectacular day in which he collected career hit number 3,000, a loud standing ovation when he walked up to the plate. And in that first at-bat of the game, for him, he struck out, but he was cheered even after the K. No small surprise there. A bottom of the third, kind of a scary moment for the Yankees. Eduardo Nunez trying to beat out a ground ball to short, slides feet first into the bag. Looks like he bangs maybe his knee and ankle together. Kind of rolled over. He was checked out. He'd be okay and remain in the game. And then 3 batters later, some nice D to keep the game scoreless.
Right, Bob. It's second and third with 1 out. Teixeira skies this one to center field off Shields. B.J. Upton makes the play. He fires a laser home to Kelly Shopik, who blocks Nunez away from the plate. Nunez is tagged out. That was the good B.J. Upton that we saw. Here's another look at it. Nunez trying to go for the outside of the plate. Look at Shopik get that leg out and block him. Nice play by the Rays.
Meantime, CC Sabathia rolling. Top of the 5th gets Brandon Guyer to ground to Jeter at short to complete a 1-2-3 inning. Shields going pitch for pitch, though, with his counterpart. Bottom of the 5th, he gets Nunez to line out to right, and that would end the inning. And then in the 6th, Teixeira lifting one out to center field. That will end that inning, and that would make it 11 straight Yankees retired by Shields. But as Jack mentioned, top of the 7th, Rays start to get sloppy. Upton at first takes off racing for second, but Sean Rodriguez lines out, and Andrew Jones on to first. An easy tag in the bag for Teixeira. They double off Upton to end the inning. And then the mistakes keep coming. Bottom of the inning, Robbie Cano on first, Jorge Posada to shallow center, and well, Jack, here's Upton.
Yeah, Upton makes the play, but a little too giddy here. Bob just fires this ball into the dugout, and that's going to end up being an extremely costly play. Cano goes all the way to third on the throwing error.
And then 2 batters later, what was Shields doing here with a pickoff?
Shields is a guy who leads the major leagues in pickoffs this year, Bob, with 10. But this is just ill-advised, I believe, and then also an awful throw. He tries to lead Rodriguez. Instead, it's behind him. Gift wraps the run, the only run of the game for the Yankees.
And how often does he make that throw? Probably never. He's tried it a couple times. Top 8, CC staying true to himself here. Gets Guyer to ground out to short to end the inning, and he wasn't done. Girardi keeps him in there in the 9th, and with 2 outs, 98 miles an hour, pumped up. And good night, Rays, 1-0, or I should say good afternoon, in a 2-hour, 11-minute game. As 1-0, the Yankees win it. Sabathia going into the break, 13-4 with an ERA of 2.72. James Shields takes the tough luck loss, 8-7. He's got an ERA of 2.33. Against Sabathia, a complete game, his first since 2008. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, David Robertson, an all-star. He found that out this afternoon. We'll talk about that coming up.
The Yankees All-Star cast takes the field in Toronto for a romp with the Blue Jays. Thursday, the second half of the season begins, and the Yankees have their sights set on one thing: winning the American League East. Yankees, Blue Jays. Coverage starts Thursday at 6:30, only on Yes.
Will Fios really give me the best HD picture quality?
Fios, the most reliable internet in New York.
As Fios installs, we get a lot of questions from New Yorkers that we get to say yes to.
But the one question we get asked again and again:
do I have to sign a term contract?
And the answer is simple: no.
Has service this good? Doesn't need a term contract.
Join over 1 million people in the tri-state area who've switched to Fios. Switch today with the option of no term contract. Call now to get TV, internet, and phone, and you can get a free multi-room DVR for the life of your service. Call 1-888-GET-FIOS today. Fios, a network ahead.
Good night, gluttony. A farewell long awaited. Good night, stuffy. Good night, outdated. Good night, old luxury and all of your wares. Good night, bygones everywhere. Good morning, illumination. Good morning, innovation. Good morning, unequaled inspiration.
The Audi A8, chosen by Car and Driver as the best luxury sedan in a recent comparison test. Jacob Oreski, the lawyer that accident victims have trusted for numerous multi-million-dollar awards on personal injury cases for over 20 years.
They were more than lawyers. They treated me like family.
And they won my case.
And now I have a friend for life.
If you're an accident victim, you only have one chance to be compensated. Choose a lawyer that you can count on. Take the burden off your shoulders. Call Jacob Oreski and Associates at 718-993-9999. That's 718-993-9999. We'll even come to you.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
This is not a meteor shower. These objects appear mechanical in nature.
When you invade a place for its resources, you wipe out the indigenous population.
We lost communications with Tokyo, Rio, and New York.
We cannot lose Los Angeles.
Battle Los Angeles.
Movies start at Channel 125.
And we are back with our Land Rover pitching performance of the game, and it is all about CC Sabathia. We'll start with a man on second. First inning gets B.J. Upton to ground out to first to end the inning. And, Jack, you talked on the pregame about command of all of his pitches lately, but the slider off the charts.
Right, the slider has been off the charts. Right there we see the fastball with Elliott Johnson. How about baseball smarts here, Bob? B.J. Upton, who just must be a terribly frustrating player to manage for Joe Madden, picked off first base there. Big play by CeCe. Then he gets Brandon Guyer to bounce to short, keeping rolling in the eighth. And then Bob in the ninth, vintage CeCe right here.
Did he even really need the slider today?
He gets a strikeout there with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. It's his 13th win, second complete game. Just keeps on cruising.
Absolutely, and that is your Land Rover pitching performance of the game. And again, what a great pitching matchup to wrap things up before the All-Star break. Sabathia out-dueling James Shields, who has been their big game pitcher, but that's what CeCe has exactly been for the Yankees. Now 13 wins before the break. So you take a look at your American League wins leaders, brought to you by Toyota. It's Sabathia leading the pack. Justin Verlander has 11, as does Jared Weaver, who found out today, by the way, that he will be starting for the American League squad in Tuesday's All-Star game. And in the meantime, David Robertson found out that he will be starting, or not starting, excuse me, but he will be added to the All-Star roster. A big moment for him. He found that out this afternoon. Let's hear what he had to say about it.
I'm really excited about it.
Through that conversation, Joe said he had the opportunity to tell you the news.
Well, he yells at me from the dugout, and he's like, "Hey, Robbie," and I'm like, of course, I think it's Cano. So I'm like, fine. He's like, "David Robertson." I'm like, "Oh, God." So then I come over there, he's like, "I got some bad news for you." And I was like, "Oh, man, what now? What'd I do?" He's like, "You're gonna have to change your plans. You're going to Arizona." And I was pretty excited, I couldn't believe it. I didn't think it would come this late, but I'm really excited to go.
When was that exactly today?
That was in the first inning, so, I mean, that's when I found out and, came in and made a quick call to the wife and then got ready for the game.
So you had a chance to call Aaron, but no one else. I'm guessing you'll do that after we talk to you?
Yeah, I'll call people later. I've got voicemails and text messages, but I'll deal with them later after the game.
Your numbers certainly are all-star worthy, the best ERA in the American League. Are you relieved to be on the team? Are you surprised? I know you're happy, but what else goes into being rewarded with an all-star game appearance for the great first half you've had?
I'm just a little surprised. I mean, it seems like this whole season's kind of crept up on me, and it came down to this point, and now I'm one of the fortunate guys who gets to go to the all-star game and be a part of something that's really special.
Why do you think your first half has been so terrific? Your numbers, whether we talked to you about getting in and out of trouble or not, in the end are always so good?
I really don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm throwing a little harder, and I'm being even more competitive than I normally am. I don't want to lose games, and I know we've had some key injuries that have really set us back. So it's kind of like everyone's been stepping up in the bullpen. I'm just trying to hang with everybody else and just keep going forward and keep helping us win ball games because we all have one goal here, and that's to get 28.
CeCe also found out today he was named to the team. He's going to decline and not go though. But lots of guys in this clubhouse have all-star experience. Did any of them reach out to you? Were they congratulating you?
Yeah, everybody was very, very, very happy and tell me congratulations, and I was excited about that. And I can't say enough about CeCe today. I mean, that was unbelievable today, especially the way he finished that game. I mean, he's a stud.
All right, so here are the All-Stars that all are going to Phoenix for the All-Star game. Robbie Cano voted in by the fans, as was Curtis Granderson. Russell Martin, a player's selection by his peers. And for David Robertson, the first trip, we know that Jeter, A-Rod were also voted in by the fans, and Rivera and Sabathia selected but will not play. But a great nod for Robertson there, and you get that genuine feeling about how excited he is to make the trip.
I have to think the first time you make it, Bob, it has to really be an exciting day. And we could see when and Kim spoke to Robertson that the excitement was just seeping through his pores. Very excited to go, and a very deserving All-Star. This is a guy who, I like these kind of stories because if you started the season and said David Robertson would make the All-Star team, people wouldn't have believed you. They said he's going to be a guy who pitches in the 6th and the 7th inning. But with the injuries that the Yankees have had to Soriano and Chamberlain, Robertson has moved into that setup role. He has pitched tremendously, second best earned run average in the major leagues, deserves to go, and he'll be there with a smile on his face, I'm sure.
And listen, as a member of the Yankees, he has great stories to share with his kids and grandkids eventually, but now he can say, I was an All-Star. Here's what I experienced when I was in Phoenix, meeting all these other great players that maybe he wouldn't normally have the chance to interact with.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, and I'm sure he'll be soaking it up. He'll be shagging balls in the outfield, and as we know, when he does that, he does it with a glove on his right hand and throws lefty, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of players who will ask him, why do you do that? So Robertson will have some great stories to share. Maybe he gets in the game, maybe he doesn't, but the whole idea of knowing that you have an All-Star next to your name, that's really cool.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back here on the WB Mason postgame, more reaction from our game. And we'll take you around the majors as well. We got Red Sox highlights against the Orioles from Fenway coming up.
Coming up next on an all-new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show. As the Midsummer Classic approaches, the skipper reflects on his favorite All-Star memories as both a player and manager. Plus, get a preview of the Yankees' second half schedule. Don't miss an all-new Joe Girardi Show. Coming up next, only on Yes.
It's just as I feared. Cheap adhesive.
Can I help you? We're low-price assurance detectives.
You bought cheap store brand name badges, didn't you?
But they said they were just as good as Avery badges.
Just as good.
It's never, never, never.
Just as good.
Next time, buy right from WB Mason and get Avery name badges that really stick.
At a price you'll love.
Who but WB Mason?
Honey, why aren't you playing with your friends?
I am playing with my friends.
Hey, Mr. D.
Joseph? Sarah?
Honey, let me get in
It's
there.
Mommy's turn now. Let's go.
The average home has over 4 internet-connected devices.
We were gonna storm the castle.
I love your hair.
Thanks, I went to your guy.
It's perfect.
I thought we were storming the castle.
That's why you need the internet rated #1 for supporting multiple users and devices simultaneously. Verizon Fios, a network ahead.
Introducing the 2012 Kia Sorento, with up to 32 miles per gallon and more features than ever before. And right now, lease the 2012 Sorento for $249 a month.
Yankeeography, the Core 4 Collection, a 2-DVD celebration of teammates, friends, and champions. Mariano Rivera, Andy Pettitte, Jorge Posada, and Derek Jeter. This fascinating look at a quartet for the ages includes 4 complete Yankeeography programs which reveal the engaging personalities and shared glory of 4 great Yankees heroes. Yankeeography, the Core 4 Collection, is available on DVD at Amazon.com.
And we are back once again on the WB Mason postgame as the Yankees beat the Rays 1-0 in the series finale and the final game just before the All-Star break. Meantime, the Red Sox playing the Orioles at Fenway, taking a little longer to get their business done as we take you to the highlights. Boston going for its 10th win in 11 games. 2-0 Red Sox, top of the second. That's Derek Lee. Big fly off. Kyle Weiland making his major league debut for Boston. 9th of the year for Lee, ties the game at 2. 4-2-0 still in the second. Adam Jones base hit the left off Weiland as Robert Andino scores. Baltimore scoring 6 in the inning. At the bottom of the second, Red Sox answer right back. Marco Scutaro goes solo off Mitch Adkins to make it 6-3. And then 2 batters later, Dustin Pedroia.
Right, he decides to do a little imitation of Scutaro there. He hits an off-speed pitch over the monster. It's his 11th homer of the year, cuts the deficit to 6-4.
And then Kevin Youkilis says, why don't we just wipe it out altogether? Dead center, 2-run shot, knocking Adkins out of the game. 13th of the year for Youkilis, ties it at 6. Then bottom of the 4th with the bases loaded, Jeremy Guthrie walks David Ortiz. That forces home Pedroia. Well, it's going that way for Buck Showalter and the Orioles right now. The Red Sox leading that one 7-6 in the bottom half of the 6th. So let's take a look at the American League East standings, brought to you by your Tri-State Ford dealer. The Red Sox still at work, so the Yankees, for the moment, just a half game back, and the Rays 5.5 off the pace. Also today, Detroit at Kansas City. Justin Verlander rolling, trying to get to 12 wins before the break. He strikes out Eric Hosmer in the bottom of the second. Next man, Jeff Francoeur, and then 2 batters later, he whips Brian Pena with a couple of runners on to end the inning. Again, Verlander looking for his 12th win of the year today, as the Tigers right now lead at 2-0 in the 7th. Now, National League, Braves and Phillies in progress. Derek Lowe struggling lately, matching up with all-star lefty Cole Hamels. Man on third, top of the second, Julio Lugo grounds one to short. Ryan Howard can't handle a throw at first, and Dan Uggla scores on the E3. It's 1-0 Braves. All tied at 1, bottom 3. Here's Howard.
Yeah, Howard just bloops this single to center off low. Michael Martinez is going to hustle around to score. It's 2-1 Phillies.
And the next batter, Raul Ibanez, hot shot to second, and the ball gets away from Uggla. That's an E4, allowing Chase Utley to score. 3-1 Phillies. And bottom of the 4th, 1 on, 1 out. Jimmy Rollins singling through a drawn-in infield as John Mayberry Jr. will score from third to give the Phillies a 4-1 lead. And right now they lead it 6-1 over the Braves in the bottom of the 7th. Well, by the way, if you missed any part of our Yankees-Rays recap and want to see a condensed version, visit YesNetwork.com and click on Postgame Plus presented by Bigelow Tea. You can see the top plays, plus hear from CC Sabathia on the field with Kim Jones afterwards. We'll take another break. Final thoughts from Jack and I from the studio on the 1-0 Yankees win before the break.
The Rockies run down the length of America like a backbone. And for almost 140 years now, that's where we've brewed our Coors Banquet beer, using only Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. That's something we refuse to change. And that's what having a backbone is all about. Coors, the banquet beer.
Will Fios really give me the best HD picture quality?
Is Fios the most reliable internet in New York?
As Fios installers, we get a lot of questions from New Yorkers that we get to say yes to.
But the one question we get asked again and again,
do I have to sign a term contract?
And the answer is simple, no.
Has service this good? Doesn't need a term contract.
Join over 1 million people in the tri-state area who've switched to Fios. Switch today with the option of no term contract. Call now to get TV, internet, and phone, and you can get a free multi-room DVR for the life of your service. Call 1-888-GET-FIOS today. Fios, a network ahead.
Nissan built a sports car with a 290 horsepower V6, race-inspired paddle shifters, a sophisticated interior, and Nissan's the only one to build a sports car with 4 doors. Right now, lease Maxima, just $279. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer today.
Let's do it again, Dad.
Freak accidents. Caught on tape.
We're going down. This might be the end.
We break it down and find out how did they survive. The Indestructibles, a new series, premieres Sunday at 10 on the National Geographic Channel.
This model won't tell you her year, but you can see her color is red. If you're looking for any model Infiniti from any year in any color, then you have to go to preownedinfiniti.tv. There you'll find an incredible selection, and you'll be able to find the model, year, and color you're looking for. Plus, every pre-owned Infiniti comes with a You Gotta Love It 48-hour exchange policy. So don't go the .com en route. Find the pre-owned Infiniti you're searching for at preownedinfiniti.tv. By the way, the model, she's beautiful, like our prices.
You know, I believe we had a first today, certainly not on the Richter scale level of the first that Derek Jeter accomplished yesterday, but CC got pied for the first time. I believe, Jack, was that not the first time that he's had a post-game chat with Kim Jones and AJ got him?
Absolutely, and he seemed pretty excited about it.
No doubt. Here's what he did. His last 6 starts now, 6-0, 1.77. You know, again, he's almost a victim of his own success because we come to expect this of him, but that is spectacular stuff.
Right. It really is unbelievable to watch how when he really gets in a groove like he is now, he's almost unhittable. Shields pitched well for the Rays today, but CeCe just in this game seemed as if he said, I am not giving up a run. I don't care who's coming up. I don't care what is happening. Remember having a conversation with Buck Showalter, the Orioles manager, just talking about how impressed he was with CeCe and the way this guy could mix in his pitches. He said he's not just a fastball pitcher. He can do so much more than that. Today he was more of a fastball pitcher, still had that great slider, but to go into the break the way that he is, we saw the numbers 6-0, 177, outstanding.
13-4 overall. Tell me if this is a fair analogy that CeCe in a way is a symbol of the Yankees' first half, because we know that he struggled, he fought himself at times, he wasn't winning out of the gate, then he comes storming out, he gets his act together, and he's pitching so well, and in a way, that kind of defines their first half.
Yeah, I think that's a good analogy by you, or a good comparison by you, because you look at what they've done in the first half, 53-35, second best record in the American League, depending on what happens with the Red Sox game that we showed the highlights from earlier. But CeCe is the guy who has pushed the Yankees to that point. He's the guy at the front of the rotation. There are some teams in baseball who can say they have an ace, and the Yankees are one of them. You need an ace when you get to the postseason. You need a guy who you can say, that's a win. And with CeCe, the Yankees can do that. And you look at the record, you look at the numbers. He's just a guy who's been able to guide them to this point right now. Brian Cashman earlier today said he's elated with the way the Yankees have played in the first half, mostly because they've gotten contributions from places they didn't expect, Colon and Garcia with 13 wins, and also that the bullpen has picked up the slack in the absence of several guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to mention that. Jaba's gone. Soriano's gone. They really look at it like we don't know when these guys are going to be back, and you're right. And I think the symbol of that is David Robertson today, finally, probably belatedly, being named to the All-Star team.
Right. Robertson is a guy who we talked about it earlier. When you look at where he has come from, a guy who was supposed to maybe pitch the 6th inning, maybe get some outs in the 7th inning, but they didn't look at him as an option in the 8th inning. They thought they had other guys ahead of him. And, in fact, there were other guys ahead of him until they got hurt, Soriano and Chamberlain. Now you look at Robertson in that spot and you say to yourself, if either of those two guys were able to come back, and Job is not going to come back until next year, but when Soriano comes back, you wonder about Robertson, and is there a better option than this guy in the 8th inning right now, because he is a strikeout pitcher. He comes in with the fastball and the curveball, able to get strikeouts on both of those pitches. That's the kind of guy you want in the setup role.
All right, final thought before we kind of wrap it up here before the All-Star break. And we've talked about the Yankees succeeding in the face of injuries. They've won 53 games to this point. A lot of guys out. They missed a little bit of time. Jeter just comes off the DL and accomplishes what he does. Now they're going to have to find a way in the second half, perhaps, to deal without Alex Rodriguez. Their cleanup hitter could be gone if he opts for surgery, which we think they will. What do you think happens with the A-Rod scenario?
Right, no official word yet on A-Rod, but when I talked to Brian Cashman earlier today, he was talking about the benefits of having the surgery done, and I think if you read between the lines, the Yankees would prefer that he get this done, get back healthy, and even if he has to miss a month now, get him back so that when he's 100%. And you mentioned the injuries and kind of dealing with them. The Yankees still have a lot of talent on their team, and I think that's the point Cashman was trying to get across. He said yesterday he was in the coach's room at Yankee Stadium, and he was trying to get the guys fired up, and he was saying, listen, we've had injuries, and we've been able to bounce back. Look at what happened when Jeter was out. Look at what happened when Soriano and Chamberlain is out. He said those injuries have made us tougher, and so he's looking forward to a strong second half. In terms of what is out there on the trade market to possibly help the Yankees, I asked Brian about that. He said right now it's not a market that you can just jump in and get somebody. Said he's been looking for a left-handed reliever since the beginning of the season. He said the likelihood of him being able to get one, not very good.
And that tone will obviously change for every team come July 31st. So let's keep it in the short term. That'll do it for us for now. It's time to recharge over the All-Star break and then get back at it Thursday when the Yankees visit the Toronto Blue Jays for the first of 4 games. And our coverage on Yes will begin Thursday with the pregame at 6:30, followed by first pitch with Ken Singleton and David Cohn just after 7 o'clock. Now, for all of us at Yes, I'm Bob Lorenz. Thanks for being here, and stick around for an all-new edition of WB Mason Presents The Joe Girardi Show. It begins right now on Yes. Take care.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the Yes Network.
this game.
Derek Jeter passes Louis Aparicio for the most base hits by a shortstop in Major League history.
Anytime you're doing something that no one in the history of the game has been able to do, it's kind of humbling. And you look at all the great shortstops that have played this game. I mean, it's very difficult, I think, to play this position for a lot of years. And yeah, I've been fortunate to play shortstop for this is my 16th year.
You live in the moment so much in baseball. It's one game at a time. You're out there playing. But when you're coming upon a milestone, the hits start to add up in your mind.
I think he's the face of baseball. Someone that, when I was a kid, who I wanted to be like. It was Derek Jeter for all the right reasons. I had some of his posters on my wall, and it's kind of crazy to be getting a chance to play against him.
The dream is when you're a kid is to make it to the major leagues.
There it is. For 72 years, Lou Gehrig has been the Yankees' all-time hits leader. Now, it's Derek Jeter.
I don't think you have any specific dreams in terms of numbers and being, you know, all-time hit leader or hitting 3,000 hits. It's more of just getting here, enjoying it, and, you know, getting an opportunity to win.
He's a tough out.
Another base hit for Jeter.
And it's been an honor for me to be able to face him the most, 120-something times, and wearing a Red Sox uniform. We admire and respect the way he plays the game and how he goes about his business.
Derek will reflect on this probably 5 years out, 10 years out. And Derek's a very humble guy, and certainly he's not going to sit down and pound his own chest. It's all the rest of us are going to say how great he is.
My whole thing was trying to help us win, and it still has been the case. And the personal stats, yeah, they're great. I honestly can say that those weren't my goals. My goals were just to win, and we were winning a lot when I was younger, and you know, I was enjoying it and just wanted it to continue. So, yeah, I'm happy with my career up until this point, but hopefully I still got a few years left.
Well, Derek Jeter's career resume is overflowing with remarkable achievements. The 1996 Rookie of the Year. He's gone on to win 5 World Championships, 5 Gold Gloves, a 12-time All-Star, and now the Yankees' all-time hits leader and beyond. The first man in pinstripes to ever hit the remarkable 3,000 hit mark. But it's not all about on the field. Sometimes it's about Jeter, the person and captain. And we take you back to September 21st, 2008, after a win against the Orioles when Derek Jeter closed out the old house in style.
Now, the great thing about memories is you're able to pass it along from generation to generation. There are a few things with the New York Yankees that never change. It's pride, it's tradition, and most of all, we are the greatest fans in the world.
Okay, as you may have heard,